Ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee. Man, we got a hell of a show for you today. Welcome everybody to TEM Sports, the official sports show of the Two Endangered Mammals podcast. I am your host, Mr. Tiger Adinaldo, and the only one in the room right now that doesn't know jack all about sports. And with me today, as always, is the GOAT co-host, Mr. Pun Fu Panda. Pun, how are you today, sir?
I'm well.
I love to hear it. And as you can see, sitting right next to him is Mr. Cameroni DePrinzio. Cam, how are you, my good sir?
Doing well.
Good, I love it. Also, as you can see, we have a little bit of a different setup today. The one and only, the GOAT handyman himself.
The GOAT handyman.
The GOAT handyman.
Mr. Gregorig came over and built another table for us today. So literally just got done building it right before we went live. And as you can see, these guys look rather comfortable right now in there. Well, one of them looks comfortable.
I'm comfortable.
The other one doesn't.
I'm being bougie today.
Yeah, he's being bougie today. And nothing wrong with that, man. You're the GOAT co-host. You get to be bougie. Right now, he's sitting on 2 crates, if y'all can believe that. So is Cam. But Cam makes it look like it's a normal chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cam is focused.
Trying.
It looks like he was made for the crates.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll have some more chairs in here soon enough and some soundproofing, and I'm going to install some carpet. We're going to do some things, man. We're going to do some things. Cool. Interesting show we have today.
Yeah.
Got some topics to talk about, man. We got some things to discuss. We have, let's see what we have here. We have the UFC not deciding, but, wondering if, obviously, Stipe retained his belt last night.
He did. Yep.
And so now the question is he, he's clearly the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. Mm-hmm. Is he the greatest of all times? We'll get to that. Don't answer yet. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll discuss. We're also going to talk about Cleveland baseball. Am I right, Mr. Cameroni?
Yep. Indians are on a winning streak.
Hey, 3 in a row.
We got to talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss that for sure. We also have, what else do we have? Hang on, let me check. Oh, I'll just look at the ticker.
Yeah, right.
We also have
NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
NBA
The
playoffs.
NBA playoffs have started. See, this is why y'all are here, because I don't know anything about sports.
You know about the ones that count.
Yeah, the important ones.
The real football,
like the fights in real football. Yes, that's what I know about. So we got the NBA playoffs. Did they start already, or they're starting?
I think they start Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I could be wrong.
So the NBA playoffs are coming up. Cam's voice sounds all deep. Hold on, let me. So the NBA playoffs are good.
In a world.
So we got the NBA playoffs coming up,
Yep.
and there is some interesting goings on with college football.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get in depth with that. That's gonna be a fun one.
I know Pun doesn't want to talk about it, but unfortunately we kind of have to, because it's kind of what the show is. But you know what? Before we do all that, why don't you tell them how they can reach you, Mr. Pun Fu?
Oh, that's new.
Yeah. Oh yeah, got some music for it. Some music for it.
So on Instagram at PunFuPanda,
right.
And on Facebook, Pun Capassa.
On beat.
Yeah.
On beat. And Mr. Cameroni DePrinzio, how can that? Oh, Mr. Cameroni has some new information for us today.
I shortened it up for y'all.
How can they reach
Make it a
you,
little more
sir?
easy. Cam 61916, no underscores.
Oh,
and
shit.
Twitter
Hey.
BucksGuy14.
Oh man.
Make it easy now.
Short and sweet.
Look at this
Short
guy.
and sweet.
Right.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Short and sweet. And if you would like to reach me, you can reach me at. I'm gonna start my music over though. You can reach me at Tiger39. That's THAIGER 39. And you can catch me at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, which we're live on right now, Twitch, which we're also live on right now. Any website of your choice, soon to be tiger39.com. I probably shouldn't have said that because then somebody's going to steal it from me.
Yeah. Probably not.
So any type of social media, that's where you can reach me, including Pornhub and and OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
So, fellas, let's get right into it. First of all, wait a minute. First thing I want to talk about is somebody in the room with kayaking. Quick question.
Is there no one in the chat yet, or am I just seeing something different?
You might be seeing something different.
Okay.
You might be, unless there's no one in the chat. I mean, if there's no one in the chat.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it like, I was just seeing if.
No, if ain't nobody in there, fuck them. No, I'm playing.
That's right. Get the Belsky.
They get the Belsky fuck all the way off. I still have the on my actual screen. I still have the countdown, so it might be So it might be just that it's behind. The actual stream is behind.
All right.
So we should be good. Cool. I just heard myself laugh. Are you watching, Greg? Who's watching? Is Cam watching?
I did, but everything's on silent over here.
Yeah, mine's on silent.
Why do I hear myself then? Yours is on mute. Maybe it's on mine. Nope, it's not mine. Oh well. So somebody went kayaking today.
I did.
Am I correct?
Kayaking is probably not the word for it.
It's not the
no,
best.
this was like it's like a lazy river almost. It's
oh really?
Well, there's no like fords or rapids or, at any point if something happens, you just stand up,
Oh, so it wasn't even that deep?
It's probably like 5 feet, maybe at the deepest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe deeper at some parts, but
But it was fun.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's nobody. There's currently no one chatting yet.
Whatever.
It's weird. Whatever.
Hey.
We're still gonna have a great show.
Oh yeah.
People will chat.
Yeah, people.
As soon as we start getting into this, they're gonna be popping off the mouth.
Unless do y'all want to wait for us to get some more people in, or?
No,
maybe people thought we were going live at a different time. That's always a possibility. But so you said that the water wasn't that deep.
It's not like you're in. I think it's part of the Cuyahoga River, but it's not like the Cuyahoga River like deep in the flats. You know what I mean? Like
okay,
it's kind of like the Rocky River.
Oh, okay. So like about how deep was the water? Do you think? Like 6
anywhere
feet,
between 3 and 5, 5.5 maybe. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Because you could put your paddle like down, and like it'll hit the bottom, and your hand's still above water. You know what I mean? So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not deep at all.
Yeah. So yeah, it's anywhere
that's
from
not
like
deep at all whatsoever.
It's anywhere from like 3 feet to 5.5 feet deep.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, that's not deep at all whatsoever. Yeah, that's like barely anything. Oh, let me turn my volume down. There we go. Oh no, we got 10 viewers. Just ain't nobody said nothing in the chat yet. It's probably honestly it's probably because I think they're probably like 5 seconds behind or something like that. So they'll catch up. Don't worry. I'm confident that they'll catch up. I'm going to have to do something about the echo in here eventually. I think I'm going to put a rug down and maybe hang some more things on the wall, kind of soundproof it a little bit. But let's get into this. Let's get into these sports. Which ones would y'all like to talk about first? Y'all want to flip a coin?
We might as well just kick it off with the Stipe thing. That's the most. Okay. We might as well just tackle that beast right now.
Just tackle it. Just get it out of the way, huh?
Might as well.
Okay, so
in order of the ticker. Do that too?
Actually, that's a solid idea. We'll follow the ticker. So the thing that I've seen tossed around today is a lot of people calling him the GOAT, and then I saw an article that literally said, "Move over Fedor."
Ooh.
And Stipe is the GOAT, and obviously, Fedor is well beyond his prime.
Yeah, for sure.
So clearly right now, Stipe is the GOAT right now. But the question is he the greatest heavyweight of all times? My thought was, obviously, he's the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. There's no denying it. Mm-hmm. You can't deny it. Even if you don't like him, you can't deny that. He's defended the belt more than any other heavyweight to ever step in the octagon. Lost the belt and got it back, which is difficult.
Yeah.
Not only did he lose the belt and get it back, he lost the belt, got it back, and defended it.
Yeah, For sure.
So that's huge. Matt Hughes said when Matt Hughes won the welterweight title, he didn't call himself champion until after he defended it, and he said in the ring after his first defense, he said that you're not really the champion until you defend your belt. So, Stipe's a true champion. A lot of people have won the belt and then lost it.
For sure.
There's a bunch of people like that. And not only did he defend it, he got it back and then defended it. He's going to go down. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
sure.
He's going to end up in the Hall of Fame,
Yep.
First heavyweight to defend the belt 3 times. Then again, what happens
would it be
if
4 times now?
No. So in a row.
Oh, in a row. Okay.
In a row without losing.
Yeah.
So he's a 2-time heavyweight champion, and he has a record of 3 title defenses. Now, if somebody comes along and does 4 title defenses,
for sure.
does that change his Hall of Fame status? Personally, I don't think so, because he's the first one to do that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And it's something that hasn't been done in so long.
Yeah.
If ever in the history of the sport. Like, even when somebody defended it twice, I think there was a couple people that might have got 2 defenses. But this is 3 times. Like, that's unheard of. You know what I mean? Now, that raises the question, does that make him the greatest heavyweight, period, of all time?
I don't know. I mean, I would say he's definitely in the conversation.
100%.
But
100%.
Like we were talking about last night, Fedor went undefeated for damn near a decade.
Yeah.
Like
a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, and just because it wasn't in the UFC doesn't mean it's not.
And I think that's where the disconnect is people feel that, and don't get me wrong, the UFC has amazing
end or be all.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
No.
UFC has amazing fighters, but there's a lot of guys. Fedor was a champion. I can't remember the organization he was in before, but then he also came over to Pride.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he became Pride heavyweight champion, and there was some beast heavyweights in Pride. Crow Cop, the Nogueiras, Kevin Randleman, Mark Coleman. Wait, what was the other? There was another Mark. There was another Mark. It was his name was Mark. Oh, what was the other heavyweight?
Not Mark Hunt, was it?
The Smashing Machine was his nickname. There was a whole documentary about him. Yeah. But yeah, there was some beasts over there. I kind of think if you look at it in terms of just straight up accomplishments, we're having a different conversation. If you look at it in the bubble that is UFC, right? UFC and their fans.
Then it's not even
a question.
Yeah,
He's the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
There's not even a discussion to be had there.
Yeah.
Until somebody comes along and breaks that record, would inevitably happen. It happens.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. Maybe not soon, but it will.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the champ thing, right?
Yeah.
A few years ago, it was unheard of for somebody to hold a title in 2 different weight classes and actually hold them.
Yeah.
That was unheard of. And then Conor comes along and does it, and then fucking everybody does it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now it's like the thing.
It's like the thing to do. You know what I mean? So, as with anything, like you set the bar, and then
it's made to be raised.
Yeah,
or it's made to be raised,
or people start to meet that bar, and then they raise it.
They raise it.
You know what I mean? So, but then when you get into the discussion of accomplishments as a heavyweight, well, that's a different discussion now. You have heavyweights out there. You have somebody like Overeem, right? Yes, he beat Overeem. At the same time, Overeem has held titles,
multiple belts,
in
multiple different organizations.
Exactly.
I mean, you told me a while ago that there's like in kickboxing, there's striking, and then there was Alistair Overeem.
Yeah, literally.
Like, so I mean, just because he didn't do it in UFC.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean what he did in other organizations are.
Yeah, it doesn't take away from his accomplishments. Yeah. We got people popping up in the chat. We're good. It's just ain't nobody saying nothing.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I think either something's going on with the chat, or
my dad did text me saying that he couldn't, I guess he had to message me to text.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know if something's wrong with the chat.
If something's going on in the chat, a tat.
Yeah.
I'm going to check right now. I just sent a message in the chat, and we'll see if it. Oh, my message.
Oh, here we go. All right,
yeah,
never mind.
My message showed up.
People
Got him.
chatting it up now.
Tiger
Blaze
hello.
in here. Yeah, Greg's in here.
BZ's in here.
Okay,
Greg's in here.
okay, yeah, we're
Easy.
good. We're good.
All right, maybe it was just
somebody's having testing. Katie's in here. Okay.
Oh boy.
Katie shared the stream for us.
She did.
The goat wife.
The goat
wife. I think I'm gonna.
That actually kind of sounds like Cam's a goat then.
Oh,
No,
Because a goat wife, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you're right,
She's the
you're
wife
right.
of a goat.
then she's currently she currently holds the title for the greatest wife of all time. As a matter
There
of
you
fact,
go.
she's gonna get a round of applause. Round of applause for Katie. We appreciate you. We appreciate you out here sharing the stream for us. You know what I might do also? I might get a speaker just to have in here, so that when people like Greg is, for those that don't know, Greg is with us. Gregorig is with us in studio, since we're going to call it that now. In studio. And I might put a speaker in here for when people come in once everything is normal, right? So we can have like studio guests.
Normal,
you know what I mean?
like pre-COVID normal or
something
or our normal.
Our normal.
Okay. I like that better anyways.
Awesome.
So, because my normal hasn't changed. So
Yeah, mine hasn't too much. I mean, I get home a little earlier, but other than that, it kind of hasn't changed.
like you're 12.
Yeah.
Straight lights on. Time
I
to come on.
got to get home before the street lights are on. So yeah, the discussion is he the greatest of all time? Like,
I would have to say no. I would say one. I would say 1B, not 1A.
1B.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
And I think people, and like you said, you look at the accomplishments, and that's a whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter what organization, like you guys said. I mean, wherever you're at, where you're fighting, if you're dominating to that extent, then you know. But I do think Stipe will make a big imprint and impression if he does not retire and takes on Ngannou and beats him, and then God forbid, John Jones jumps up to heavyweight, and they have that fight.
Man, I will be thoroughly impressed if Stipe beats Ngannou a second time.
To roll off a Cam, and probably what you were going to say, if that if Stipe doesn't retire and he beats Ngannou again, and then somehow beats John Jones,
there's no argument. Go.
Then you could, then
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
even if he beats Ngannou again,
if he beats
could
Ngannou
maybe start
again,
to talk about it.
Because,
but
I'll be honest, if he beats John Jones, even if he loses to Ngannou, right?
Yeah.
And then fights John Jones and beats him,
then
he's beating arguably the greatest mixed martial artist of all
ever.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there would be no way to argue that.
Yeah.
Now, there's questions surrounding whether or not Stipe will be able to pull off another win against Ngannou.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that so the first fight. Now, I understand. I live in this this bubble that we call Cleveland, Ohio, and everybody here is, for the most part, unapologetic Stipe fans.
Yeah.
And I love the guy. I'm a fight fan first.
For sure.
Stipe is a great guy.
Yeah.
I just want to preface this. This is not hate in any way, shape, or form. I'm just as an educated fight fan. This is just my opinion on a few things, right? The first fight, contrary to a lot of people that live here, contrary to their opinion, the first fight wasn't an ass whooping.
It was not.
It was an extremely intelligent and very
well thought.
Yeah, very well thought out, very technically sound fight.
Stick to the game plan.
Exactly.
Don't do nothing cute.
Exactly.
Because you saw when he tried to be cute a few times, he almost got his head knocked off.
Yeah. and the thing is, and that's part of what makes him the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time.
Oh yeah, for
He's
sure.
a very smart fighter. He's not going out there trying to trade with Ngannou.
No.
He knows that that's a terrible idea.
Oh yeah.
my response was like, listen, if those two guys fight and neither one knows anything about the other, right?
Yeah.
They just Ngannou pops up out of nowhere and he's just a guy. They're like, hey, we're gonna put you in there with Stipe.
Yeah.
He puts Stipe to sleep 9 times out of 10. Because Stipe's going to box with him. Stipe's a boxer.
Sure.
You know, he likes to box. He likes to throw hands.
Right.
So he doesn't know that this dude is knocking people's heads into the stadiums.
With a jab.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't watched any footage on him.
Yeah.
You know, so he's going to go out there and he's going to, you know, okay, let's feel him out. And then, I mean, Ngannou's putting people to sleep in the first few seconds, right?
Yeah.
So then I was asked, do I think Stipe would knock him out? And that's a good question. Here's the thing, or if Stipe's boxing is good enough to not get knocked out by Ngannou. And so if you look at it like this, okay, they have some fights. They have a couple of degrees of separation with some fighters in common.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them have fought Overeem.
Yes.
Overeem rocked.
He did.
Stipe.
He did.
He rocked him. At the beginning of that fight, he rocked him. He had him hurt.
100%. We thought it was over.
Yeah. He had him
I
hurt.
looked at Cam and I was like,
this is over. This is going to end quick.
I heard the stadium got real quiet when that happened too.
you could hear
breathing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it got so quiet.
Like when it happened, you literally
there was
heard a
nobody
gasp.
there. Yeah.
Like a gasp.
Yeah, for sure. So Overeem rocked him. And we know Overeem hits hard.
He does, yeah.
And he rocked him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Overeem fought Rosenstruck and hit him with everything he had.
And couldn't
put him away. Did he actually? He didn't rock him at all in that fight, did he?
I mean,
he hurt him a little bit, but it wasn't like it was
he
close
almost
to being
had
finished.
him finished. Yeah.
So now here's where the commonality comes into play. Overeem hit Rosenstruck with everything under the sun, and
that dude kept coming.
Yeah, he kept coming.
And
Ngannou fought him and knocked him out in the first few seconds of the fight.
it was like 14.
Yeah,
or
and
10.
he was sleep.
Yeah.
Like he was out. It wasn't he was dazed. It wasn't
No,
he was.
it wasn't a referee stoppage.
So now here's the question: if Overeem, and listen, you can never judge fights this way.
Oh, you can't. No,
This
for
is
sure.
just you know.
Because I mean, anybody could.
Yeah. This is just locker room, just you know, a couple of guys sitting around. So if Overeem rocked Stipe with the same shots that Rosenstruck basically walked through,
Yeah.
and then Ngannou put Rosenstruck asleep, what does that mean if he hits Stipe with that same?
To counter that, it could be one of those things where Stipe doesn't let that. Not that he doesn't let it happen.
Oh, of course.
But,
I mean, he's got head movement is key.
Knowing what he could do,
Mm-hmm.
and probably, hey, this dude almost maybe had me rocked in the first fight.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like with Chuck and Tito back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, Tito was knocking people out, but he couldn't beat Chuck.
He just couldn't.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure they fought common opponents too.
The thing about that, though, is Chuck. So with Tito, the only difference with Tito was knocking people out, but Tito was like slamming people to knock them out.
Yeah,
and his
for sure.
ground and pound was crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Chuck's counter wrestling was amazing, and Chuck was knocking people to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what he did to
True,
Tito.
and he wasn't going to let Tito take him down.
And the thing is, Tito tried to stand up and trade with him, which was a terrible idea.
No.
What if Ngannou comes out and takes Stipe down? That's a scary thought, right?
That would be. I mean,
could you imagine that big rhinoceros on top of you? Like,
well, I mean, like take down and actually know what he's doing, or just take you down and lay on you like Brock.
I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he's working some takedowns.
I know. Yeah,
and
for
there's
sure.
some ground and pound. His ground and pound is probably ridiculous. I mean, he used to dig sand.
Not even that. I mean, he's got
day.
cinder blocks.
Yeah,
So it's like if you have cinder blocks on your arm, I mean, if you know how to mount and get your hooks in, your ground and pound could be deadly.
I kind of feel like if the game plan stays the same, I feel like Ngannou's prepared for that.
For sure.
I feel like, but Stipe's good at making adjustments. Remember, I said last night that if it gets past the third round, I think Stipe is going to win that fight.
Yep.
That's for all the people that thought I was a Stipe hater.
It's probably the same. Same people who think I am too.
Yeah. I feel like if he goes out there with the same exact game plan, take him down, just lean on him and try to tire him out.
Yeah, I think that'll.
Yeah, I think it might be a long night for him. I feel like he's been definitely working on his takedown defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. He's got the striking. He's got the hands. He's got the power in his hands. He needs to work.
I would
takedown defense and head movement.
I would love to see him actually. I mean, it won't matter that much against Ngannou, but his reach.
Utilize his reach.
And that's another issue. Stipe doesn't utilize his reach as often as he should. He usually starts doing it a little bit later in the fight.
Yeah.
A little bit later in the fight he starts doing it, but early on
it's like
doesn't really use it. And that's a dangerous thing against somebody listen, that's dangerous against Ngannou.
It was dangerous against DC.
Yeah, and that's very dangerous against somebody like John Jones.
For sure.
You know what I mean? John Jones is 6'7" or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I think John and Stipe are probably would end up being close to the same weight. Because Stipe's
probably
230 now?
Yeah.
What did he weigh in at? 235?
Why do I feel it was 226?
It might have been 226. And Cormier was 235.
I think
Cormier was 235. Yeah. Stipe was 226.
226.
Yeah, for sure. Stipe is a fairly small heavyweight. I know last night they were talking about that he's a true heavyweight. He wouldn't be able to make 205 if he tried. Because that's a lot of muscle. That's about as much muscle as you can pack on a 225 pound
he looked a lot leaner
frame.
too last night.
Super lean. Yeah. So that's just pure muscle.
Yeah.
So he's not getting down to 205. That's just not happening. He's a pure heavyweight. He's got thick legs. Yeah. His thighs, at least, he's got thick thighs. He's a big dude, and he's tall. Yeah, what is he 6?
Stipe?
Yeah,
6'4".
So he's 6'4".
Yeah,
so he's pretty
6'4".
tall. You know what I mean? That'd be yeah. There's no way he's making light heavyweight.
No.
But then again, John Jones is 6'7".
John
Jones has twigs for legs.
He does.
He has very skinny legs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got an interesting time in the heavyweight division. I said before, it's not great for Stipe either way because, listen, nobody wants to fight fucking Ngannou. You know what I mean? You don't wake up oh no, that's the person I want to fight.
Here's
know what I'm saying?
Question.
I mean, maybe Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, he'd be crazy. He'd be crazy.
I mean,
to do it.
I just say that because that dude fight anybody.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
100%.
sure if Dana White was yo, I need a fighter for featherweight, he'd be all right. I'll cut. You know what I mean? The dude just fights anybody.
He would at least try.
The dude voluntarily fought Yoel Romero.
Yeah, man.
There's heavyweights who don't even do that.
100%. I wonder what Yoel Romero walks around at.
500 pounds.
Shit, heavyweight.
Yeah.
Right.
That's literally as much muscle as there could possibly be on a
he's like the modern era muscle shark.
Yeah. Just like a taller, bigger muscle shark. That's ridiculous.
So here's my question. What if Stipe comes out and says, you know what? I got nothing left to prove. I'm going to go out as a title holder. Does John Jones come up to fight Ngannou?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Mainly because I believe John Jones thinks he could beat him or believes he could beat Ngannou.
Yeah.
100%.
100% he comes up to fight because he made it clear last night. He already said that he's already tried to fight Ngannou.
Yeah,
he tried to get that fight going. I think it was a month ago or something like that. Yeah, he wants to fight Ngannou. John Jones is another person that wants
to fight.
Yeah, he wants hard fights. Yeah. It's like light heavyweight up until his last couple fights has been so easy for him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, he beat Gustafsson after a night of partying and cocaine.
Clearly.
You know what I'm saying? And then the second time he fought him, when he actually trained for it, he put him away early.
Yeah, just ran through him.
Yeah, same thing with DC. The first time he fought DC, he kind of wasn't, he wasn't really training. He was out partying. And the second time he fought, he put him away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's definitely somebody that I think if he goes up to heavyweight, dude, I think he ends up heavyweight champion at some point.
Yes. Now,
a fight between him and Ngannou, that's an interesting fight. If he tries to stand and trade with Ngannou, I don't know, man. Ngannou could put anybody to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
He could literally put anyone to sleep. I don't think that there's anyone that could really take a full bore punch from Ngannou.
You know what I want to see, though?
What's that?
I want to see how strong Ngannou's chin is, really. Because I feel no one's
has
really.
anybody really?
I mean,
Rock,
people
has
have hit
anybody-
him. Stipe hit him.
Stipe hit him,
But it-
yeah.
But has anybody really rocked him?
Like
caught
wound
him.
up and like
You know what I mean? Like that.
Like hit him
not
with the
even
hand.
wound up, just like
hit him in that spot.
with that clean shot that hits.
Yeah.
That
Where
you know
you-
that is the shot that anybody could knock anybody out with at any time.
That's a good
But
question.
I've never seen it, unless I just forgot.
I mean,
I don't remember him.
The first time he fought Curtis Blades, did Curtis Blades really get off any offense? I don't think he did.
No.
And then when he fought the Black Beast,
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of
like a dance.
kind of like a dance. But the Black Beast knocks people out too.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Did he connect with anything serious?
I mean, they hit each other, but I don't remember watching that fight and be like, oh man, this fight's about to be over.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe he has a decent chin.
I mean, he could
Listen,
have. I just
for somebody who was dog tired for 5 rounds, getting hit by Stipe, like that says a lot. You know what I mean?
That you were still able to
weather
the storm.
if you will.
I mean, yeah, because he didn't put you away. So
yeah, I mean, we know he has heart. We
oh
know
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah, I would like to see somebody actually test his chin, or at
least to see this. You know,
just to see what's going on.
is that right? Is that why you have to knock people out because you know your chin is like glass, or
You mean like Overeem? Listen, I love Overeem. I've loved him since the 90s, man. But his chin right now is failing him.
Although he did take that hit from Brock and then
but that was before
kicked his stomach through his back.
That was before the aura of the chin got shattered.
Yeah.
He's a different fighter now. He fights way differently now. Ubereem used to just walk through stuff.
Yeah.
Overeem is a different guy. He's a much smarter fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And his chin is a little bit suspect right now. But yeah, I think as far as Stipe is concerned, 100% greatest heavyweight and current greatest heavyweight in UFC history. 100% he will be in the UFC Hall of Fame. I have no doubt about that. He is an excellent champion.
At least he better be.
Yeah, I honestly think he will. I think he will.
I mean, it's like you were the first one to defend. You literally broke a record and said it.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I mean, in what some people call the hardest division to hold it.
Yeah, and he got the belt back.
And he got it back.
Is there any other heavyweights that have done that? I know Randy Couture got the belt back.
He did.
Randy Couture is like a 2 or 3 time heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
How many defenses does Randy have? Is it like 2?
When I tried to look up Tim Sylvia, it was very like not informational.
Are you talking in a row?
Yeah.
I think that has to be 2, right?
Yeah.
It can't be more than 2.
The most is 2.
Yeah.
How many times did Brock defend? Did he defend it twice? Because he
Probably.
won it
I think
from Randy.
Yeah.
And then he defended it. I know he defended it against Shane Carwin.
Yeah. And
who else did he defend it against?
he
He lost it to Cain Velasquez.
Yeah. Who? The fuck is his name?
See, this is why I'm gonna have a laptop over
Not
here.
Ben.
For y'all.
Not Ben Rothwell.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh shit, Brian's in the chat. I cannot think of who he defended it against. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so 100% Stipe goes down in UFC history as currently the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. He's also a Hall of Famer. He's also, I mean, listen, if you're going to be considered the baddest man on the planet, he's I don't want to say textbook champion because that's kind of a diss. He is the example. He's the example of what you would want a champion to be. I mean, he's a freaking firefighter.
All right.
He's a great, from all accounts that I've heard, he's a great dad.
Kind of acts like he doesn't even want to fight sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
He's very down to
Not
earth.
that he doesn't want to, but you know.
He's a
very, very down to earth.
He's a very people person.
Yeah, when you see him out, he talks.
If you say hi to him, he will talk to you.
Yeah.
When his last fight, when he beat DC and to win the belt back, I had to go over and pick up a car from the airport, and he was standing there with his wife and his daughter. And, you know, all these people are coming up, can I get a picture, blah, 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 this and that. And, you know, he was taking pictures with people in the airport. Like it was just 100%. like it was, you know, second nature. And I just told him, I said, hey, nice fight. He said, thanks. And, you know, And I said, if you ever come back, because he flew into us. When he actually beat what's his name, Verdum for the belt.
Yeah,
he flew back into us, and I told him, I said, if you ever come back over, let me know, and we'll take care of you. And he's a very, very, very people person. He will not, some people just like.
Some people get all high post once they win the belt.
Right. They they become champion, or they become something of a, in any sport, higher.
A bit of a diva.
Right. But I mean, he's a good dude.
When they can get considered the greatest co-host in the game, they become a little diva.
Had a good teacher. Mister, I drink from a big ass mug with my name on it.
You don't get puns.
Listen, man, don't hate on my mug.
I'm not hating on it. I want one.
Mug.
Should get pun a customized.
Not with Tiger on it, but with Pun Fu on it.
We'll get you some stickers and make you a mug. Oh wait, I got a. What flavor is this? Strawberry melon.
Oh,
we should get Pun a customized crate chair made out of the milk crates.
Jesus Christ!
Just customized, just 100%.
Customized, like to fit him at the table.
Mr. Gregorig, that would be.
Actually, you know what? Actually, this isn't that bad though. I mean, it's really not.
Bad.
Yeah, once you have some cushion on it, it's all right. But don't worry, there'll be some chairs here very soon. So
I feel it gives a character though.
It does. It gives the whole room character.
Mm-hmm. There's that mug.
I got to stop looking back at the TV screen. So yeah, we can, as of right now, greatest heavyweight of all time, not yet. Definitely top 2 or 3.
Oh, he's in the conversation. Yeah, he's
definitely in the conversation.
Without a doubt.
100% in the conversation.
Yeah. Like you can't have the conversation without at least mentioning Stipe.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, I feel. Oh no, maybe not. Never mind. I was gonna say.
What was that?
I was gonna say maybe even DC's in that conversation because he was undefeated.
100% DC's in the conversation.
And he won it.
DC. Going into the fight with Stipe, DC was undefeated as a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean he's a champ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was legitimately the heavyweight champion because he won it and defended it.
Yep.
Because he defended it against Black Beast, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So he won the belt and defended it. So that makes him a legitimate champion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean DC has to be considered one of the best heavyweights, if not one of the best mixed martial artists of all times as well. Because when you really think about it, the only 2 people to beat him are Stipe and John Jones.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you, you know what I mean, when you do the math, which just boosts Stipe up more too.
Yeah, it
does.
I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean the real, in my opinion, the real fight is Stipe and John Jones.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: even if Ngannou beats Stipe, I still wouldn't consider Ngannou one of the best heavyweights in the world. He's just really good at knocking people the hell out. Mm-hmm. He's scary. Ngannou's 100% the scariest heavyweight that there is right now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? There really isn't anyone else that's knocking people into the stratosphere like that. No. There's other heavyweights that are beating people. Brandon Vera right now is, I think, the 1 championship heavyweight champion. Mm-hmm. And he's beating guys, but like it's really scary the way Ngannou puts people to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when he knocked out Overeem with that uppercut, I was like, Jesus.
Right.
How does he? I feel like he had whiplash and all type.
Right.
Fuck the knockout.
Yeah. No.
The way his neck snapped back,
right.
He had to have whiplash, neck problems. His back was probably messed up after. Oh my God. And then the way he knocked out Rosenstruck, it didn't even look like he planted and caught him the way he wanted to. And he still put him like to sleep, like actual sleep. You know what I mean? Like he's scariest heavyweight on the planet, 100%.
For sure.
Ngannou.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Greatest heavyweight on the planet. You know, currently
Stipe.
Yeah, currently is Stipe.
Yes.
Of all time, that's a discussion because we have
Fedor.
We got Fedor out there floating around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have honestly at a certain time Verdum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Verdum holds wins over Fedor and Overeem.
He does. Yeah.
And a plethora of other fighters.
But on that same token, Stipe holds wins over Verdum and Overeem. Not Fedor, but
Yeah,
I feel the conversation is very interesting.
It's like it's a super interesting conversation.
You could throw a whole bunch of people in there.
Yeah. They so I told someone, I said there's about 5 to 6 people right now that could beat Stipe in a fight. And again, the problem with being in the bubble that is Cleveland is that you say that and people freak out. Oh, who? Name them. And I'm like, I'm not about to name like every person that can beat him, but there's probably about 5 or 6 people that can beat him in a fight. And then I explained it to him. I was like, listen, there's 7.1 billion people on the planet. Let's round it down to 7. Now let's say half of them are men. So that's 3.5 billion men.
Okay.
Now let's say a third of that is heavyweights, right?
Okay.
1 point something billion.
Yeah.
Or 1 billion.
I suck at math, so everything sounds right now.
1 point something billion people that are heavyweight, right? Now, out of those 1 point something billion heavyweights, how many of them are probably fighting? Let's say 1 million of them are fighting.
Okay.
Right? So that means out of 1 million people, 5 can beat you in a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the UFC roster, I believe, is like 400 or 500 people. I think it might be like 400 people, if I'm not mistaken, like the entire roster, right? So, yeah, you got to figure there's probably at least 1 million heavyweight fighters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All different organizations.
Right.
Yeah.
5 of those million could beat Stipe.
Legitimately, yeah.
Legitimately beat.
Because anybody could beat anybody.
Yeah, anybody could beat anybody. But I was like, legitimately in a
yeah.
fight, there's probably 5 people on the planet that could beat him. So out of the other 7.1 billion people on the planet, 5. And if you narrow it down to heavyweight fighters, let's say 1 million, maybe even if it's a couple 100,000, right?
Still 5.
100,000.
It's still 5. Yeah.
So I was like, how can you take that as a diss?
Right?
Like I'm not dissing him. Yeah. I'm not dissing him at all. No. You know what I mean? Frank Mir, I think, is the one that said that. Like, listen, there's probably on any given day about 5 to 6 people that can beat me in a fight.
Yeah.
And he was like, the other 7 point whatever billion don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
That's pretty good fucking odds.
Yeah. I'd take those.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the chances of you running into those 5,
right?
Slim to none.
Yeah, unless they live up the street from you.
Right. You're winning the lottery twice, getting hit by lightning before you run into those 5 people.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Oh, my mom's in the chat.
What up?
Oh, my mom is in the chat. We're talking about sports today, Mom. You might just stay in there. just hang out with us. So, now that we took care of the UF sizzle, we have some other things that we need to talk about, do we not, Mr. Cameron?
Some Indians baseball. Tribe, 3 in a row.
Cleveland sports, huh? So they're looking good, yeah?
Well, define good.
They're all right.
I will define good.
Like we look good, then we look trashy, then we look okay, then we look trashy again, then we look good. So
the offense, the offense
is atrocious.
If they get it together and they
if we play Detroit all the time, we look good.
We beat them for the 20th consecutive time today.
Really?
Yeah. We have not lost the Detroit Tigers in 20 consecutive games.
So that's like the last what?
That dates back to 2018. I think they said.
Yeah.
How many times do y'all play them in a season?
In a normal season, I think it's like 16.
Yeah, 16
or 18 times because you play everybody in your division several times.
Yeah. Right.
Several series, 4 series. Some are 3 games, some are 4 game.
Okay.
But we have manhandled them the last 20 times.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So yeah, if we play Detroit all the time, we look fantastic.
I love the way Pun says Detroit. Detroit.
I
love it.
Detroit.
Yeah. They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
So when they look bad, you think it's
offense.
It's
because the pitching, our pitching is great. They'll give up a run or 2 or 3, but I mean,
it's expected.
I mean, you're not going to go out there and you're not going to mow people down every single game, and your pitching is going to give up runs.
Although Bieber's doing
that guy, motherfucker,
real good job.
Wait, who?
Shane Bieber.
Oh, I was
the real Bieber.
When you said Bieber, I was like, this motherfucker plays sports?
No, the real Bieber.
That dude is on another level. But it's usually the offense who, or the pitching will go out and they'll give up a run or 2 runs, and the offense will go out and get 2 hits for the game.
For the entire game?
For the game.
Yeah, for the game.
It's like, fuck, come on.
Yeah,
I get it.
That doesn't seem like it's good at all whatsoever.
I'll be honest. Hitting a baseball is probably the hardest thing to do in any sport. Even if you've never played it, you stand 60 feet, 6 inches away from a guy throwing a ball 90-plus miles an hour with a bat that's this big. I mean, it's not easy to do. But
Kind of sounds like getting punched by Ngannou.
But the other thing is these guys hit and do this stuff on a daily basis. But, I mean, sometimes it's just your day and sometimes it's not. But
You think something's going on with coaching when they have off days or anything?
No.
And baseball is really the one sport where you don't need coached. Really.
No.
I mean,
So the coaches are just there to get
they're
paid.
pretty much just there to,
I mean,
I shouldn't say you don't need them. I mean,
you need
strategy,
them, right?
whatever. But I mean,
To go out and play,
yeah.
no, you don't need. You don't need. Football is different. Coaches are calling plays, schemes.
Are there really plays in baseball?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple.
Pretty much
You got a suicide
Pretty much
squeeze,
suicide
run.
squeeze, steal.
stealing, and
Bunting.
maybe the hidden ball trick every
sacrifice,
now and
yeah.
again.
Wait, hold on. What the hell is the hidden ball trick?
So every once, actually, somebody got called with the hidden ball trick last year. I don't remember who it was, but they got called with it last year. So say a guy's on first or second.
Right.
Pitcher throws back there, to keep the guy close from stealing, and the first baseman or second baseman does not throw the ball back to the pitcher, and the runner doesn't realize it. So he keeps it in his glove, just stands there with a glove behind his back or, on his side like this. And this is where it gets tricky because if you're a base runner, you need to watch the pitcher at all times because he cannot put his foot on the rubber. If he puts his foot on the rubber with a fielder, if the fielder has the ball, it's a balk.
Yeah.
Automatic.
It's a what?
It's a balk.
Balk.
The hell's a
BALK.
balk?
So,
And this is why you two are the. So
necessarily, so a balk basically it has to do with the pitcher. So when a pitcher comes set before he delivers to home plate,
okay,
once he starts a motion towards the plate, he has to go there. If he goes in any other direction, it's a balk, and the base runner gets the next base.
yeah.
Or if he's standing on the mound and drops the baseball, that's a balk.
Mm-hmm.
so if he turns towards first base,
Once he starts his motion towards home plate, he has to finish it.
I'm talking. I mean, it's so minuscule. Some people don't even realize it.
Yeah.
But I mean, the minute you come set, if you have any momentum going towards home plate, you have to go home with the ball.
So even if you see the guy on first
take off
for second,
no,
you got to
throw home.
You have to throw home.
Oh wow!
Otherwise, it's a balk. Yeah.
And then base runner moves up
the base. Yeah.
But with the hidden ball trick,
There's a
if
lot
the
of
pitcher
there's a
does
lot of
stuff-
nuance. There's a lot of nuances in this sport that I had no idea about.
so if the hidden ball trick back, if the pitcher doesn't put his foot back on the rubber,
Right.
you need to keep your ass on that base because that means obviously the pitcher does not have the ball.
Yeah.
The minute you step off the base, boom, you're tagged, you're out.
You're out. Yeah. It doesn't happen all the time. It maybe happens
Very
like once a
seldom.
year.
I've seen it twice in my
I've-
lifetime
Yeah.
The hidden ball trick.
since I've been watching baseball.
I've seen a triple play happen more than a hidden ball trick.
Yep.
What's a triple play?
Where you get 3 outs in one play.
That happens?
Oh yeah.
Not very often.
Not very often, but more often than a hidden ball trick.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I learn something new every day. So getting back to the Cleveland
Wahoos.
sports ball team. Yeah, the Wahoos. We're still allowed to call them the Wahoos? Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that works. We'll call them the Cleveland Wahoos. Sounds like a bunch of rednecks, doesn't it? The Cleveland Wahoos.
Right.
They'll be all right.
So they're looking good adjacent so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they're looking
Did that camera
already.
go out?
Oh wow.
Has it been an hour already?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Maybe it
It is
has.
6:49.
Oh, so what time did we start?
6 o'clock.
6. Oh yeah.
We started at 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's been an hour-ish. Hold on, let me swap out that battery real quick. Hold, please.
Please hold.
All right, there we go. Now we are back. Quick little intermission. There you guys are.
And we're back.
So, the issue is their offense right now.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's
Now,
not consistent.
Okay, how do you fix your offense in baseball?
You just
don't.
keep keep going through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that eventually
It's kind of like in basketball. Like how do you fix a shooter? You just let him shoot.
Let him
keep shooting. and
You'll come out of it.
He'll eventually come out of it.
He'll come out of it.
But I feel like in basketball, like there's other things you can do. You can be like, all right, well, you're shooting like crap right now. Pass the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, right.
But I feel like in baseball,
if you're in a hitting slump,
You just
and especially if you're like an everyday player, yeah, it's rough.
So some of the players aren't everyday players.
No.
Oh.
But I mean, you in baseball, you're gonna go. You're playing 162 games for 6-7 months. You're gonna hit a slump. It's just that's how it is. Everybody will hit a slump.
What happens?
It is. It's just what happens. Some hit a slump and they can't get out. They go down to AAA and they start tearing shit up. They call them right back up, and
They're good to go.
Good to go. Or they just let them work it out.
Yeah.
Or they just let them work it out, and I mean, it'll take something as small as a walk where you touch the base, and then your mental game changes.
And sometimes,
so the next time you get up to the plate, it could be something.
Everything is different at that point.
It could be something stupid where you barely hit the ball past the pitcher. Yeah. Fielder makes an error, you get on base. Boom. Now all of a sudden, I've seen
your confidence.
I've seen guys do that where they hit a ball, past the pitcher, just the perfect spot, get on, and then boom, they'll go a 10, 15, 20 game hitting streak where they'll hit 20 games in a row.
Really?
So it's something very small that can change your whole mentality and outlook.
It could even be an out. Like even if you smash the ball and you just hit it at the person and you happen to be in the right place to catch it. Sometimes the next time up, that dude will same thing and be like, okay, well, I know I could hit the ball.
Yes.
I just got
knowing that you can connect to the ball.
Solid contact.
Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sometimes it's better to make solid contact in an out than it is to get a dinky shit
hit.
little hit.
Yeah. I feel like in sports, confidence goes a long way.
Oh yeah,
huge.
Like almost all sports, especially fighting. Like coming off a loss is hard. Mm-hmm. Way harder than coming off a win. Coming off a win, your confidence is through the roof.
Really don't learn nothing.
You know what we didn't talk about is Mr. Sean O'Malley.
Oh yeah.
Did we ever find out what happened to him? Did he break his foot?
So apparently it was the same injury that's been plaguing him for a while. I don't know if
they didn't say. I didn't hear.
I haven't heard anything.
I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Anything yet? So.
But yeah, man, what a way to get your first loss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and of course, people that are, kind of unaware, talking about he got knocked out.
Yeah,
listen.
It's like, yeah, he did, but he wasn't out. I mean,
he got caught, and once it hit the ground, he ate that elbow. Like that. That 100% happened.
Oh, 100%.
And it hurt him. It did damage.
Yep.
I think the biggest issue was the foot, was the ankle. It was either the ankle or the foot. His movement went to shit after that.
Yep.
Every time he would try to move
backwards,
side to side, and a couple of times he fell down because of it. So
I think he knew once he did that. I think he realized, fuck, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
How do I end this fight without? You know what I'm saying?
Just
not throwing in the towel.
Well, I mean,
not that he gave up or couldn't win.
He started throwing some heat too.
He did,
It's like he was trying to put him away. Maybe I can knock him out.
Yeah.
Right. If I can catch him, I can get out of here.
Which then in turn opened up for Cheeto to do his thing.
To do what he did.
He did, yeah.
In a victory like that, man, I feel like I don't know.
Because the other dude really wasn't doing nothing.
No,
I mean, I think O'Malley personally was winning the fight convincingly.
100% agree
until that happened, and then it was
100%. I agree with that.
He amped up his punching, trying to end it, and then
I feel like up until that point, and again, very short fight, but a lot happened during that fight. There was a lot to take in. Mm-hmm. Up until that point, Cheeto didn't really have an answer for Sugar. He didn't really have an answer for what he was doing. He was trying to find his range. He didn't really connect with anything major.
Yeah.
So up until that point, it looked like, a typical Sean O'Malley was going to run away with it. You know what I mean? And then, then the foot thing happened, and that sucks, man. That sucks. Which also brings up the eye poke in the Stipe fight.
Right.
Daniel Cormier's eye is kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
I think he went straight to the hospital after the fight. After he did the post-fight interview, I think he went straight to the hospital. Yeah. How much of an effect do you think that played in the fight? I think it played a little bit.
Could have played a little.
Yeah, I think it played a little bit. He couldn't see that. I mean, it was his left eye. He couldn't see that right hand coming at all.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Stipe's game plan was on point.
Yeah.
Do I think the outcome would have been different?
It might not have been
really.
unanimous.
I'm not saying it does.
I don't think it would have been unanimous.
It might not have been unanimous.
Yeah.
It might have been a split decision.
I'm not saying it didn't play it. I mean, obviously, you get poked in the eye like that. It's going to have some effect.
That was pretty deep.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like Stipe was landing the same punches even when he could see.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it didn't affect DC.
Yeah,
but it's not like he was ducking or blocking all those shots from the right hand.
He was definitely landing them before.
Yeah.
I do think that it affected maybe DC's adjusting a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Because DC definitely should have adjusted to the clinch. And
Yeah.
Stipe kept getting the underhooks.
Mm-hmm.
Every time Stipe would go in, he would automatically go underhooks.
Yep.
And DC should have realized that and adjusted to it. I think it might have had a little bit of an effect on mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, physically, he can't see out of that eye. But I think mentally it might have a slight effect on him and maybe maybe him not making the adjustments. I don't think DC finishes him in that fight, but I think the decision might have been a little bit closer of a fight had that not happened. But, neither here nor there.
Thus is fighting.
Yeah. I mean, that's how the fight game goes, man.
Mm-hmm.
So from what y'all tell me, the NBA playoffs are starting, eh?
Mm-hmm.
What do we think is going to happen there?
I have not watched. So.
Yeah.
I watched the other day. I watched the Trailblazers.
Hearing it. Basketball for me has always been professional basketball.
Dramatic pause.
Has always been like, if my teams aren't playing,
then you don't really sweat it too much.
unless I'm over Cam's or over someone's house and they're watching it, then I'll watch it. But like if I'm at home, I'm not going to turn on a random Thursday night basketball game on TNT.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
and you, Mr. DiPrenzio?
I will. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I will. It's just weird. Like, I'm a sports guy. I mean, fuck, I watch,
Curling.
I watch fucking ladies golf on
right.
Thursday morning.
Hey,
LPGA Tour.
Listen,
I mean,
them ladies can play the hell out of some.
100%.
I watch the Rugby 7 series all the time.
Oh, that's great to watch.
I mean, rugby.
Yeah, rugby's the shit.
But, playoffs, I mean.
I watched cricket.
I watch cricket, yeah.
Cricket's a long fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm not saying I don't watch basketball. It's just,
It's going to be
not as often as Cam.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be different. The playoffs this year, just basketball, obviously, in general, with no fans, is different, but
it's horrible.
Playoff. I got in a conversation with Carlos the other day, and just
look, basketball should just not be playing.
It's great that it is.
Not at all.
I mean, it's horrible.
Here's the thing.
Go to the gym and watch 3-year-olds play basketball.
It's not.
There's no noise.
It's not fun.
It looks like practice.
It is. It's fun.
It's like, what am I watching?
It's fun to watch because it's sports, but it sucks at the same time. And now that the playoffs are starting, playoff basketball is a totally different world than regular Thursday night game.
Thank you for saying that, because I watched the playoffs.
Totally different.
Okay.
Like even like pre-COVID, like once playoffs started, I was watching every
Totally. I mean, it is a world apart.
Well, the energy is different. It's
insane. It's nuts. Right? It's crazy.
But now with no fans, are they using speakers in there?
They are, but
I mean, you're not going to replicate. Playoff fan noise.
Yeah, 100%. Especially like the hecklers and
right?
It's just the atmosphere is so much different.
Let me ask you this: has free throw percentages gone up at all? Since there's nobody behind the free throw line to.
I haven't looked. I would assume
that would be
would
be interesting.
But then again, you got to remember, these guys are accustomed to shooting free throws with 22,000 people screaming at them.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'd be kind of.
I'd
be kind of interested to find out if it's affected the free throw percentages.
Yeah. I mean, we can find that out, but
we'll have to.
I'm going to call the upset. I'm going to say the Lakers are going to get taken out in the first round.
first round.
Dude, there's something about Portland and Damian Lillard in the first round of basketball playoff series that just, if you're on an opposing team, you need to be scared shitless, especially the way he's playing.
Lillard's been on fire lately.
That dude is, and
didn't he just score like 60-something points or something like that?
Yeah.
In a row.
The last three games,
I mean, like, the last three games he scored.
He was averaging almost 52
games.
points a game for the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Or for maybe it was 4. I don't know. 3 or 4. He averaged over 50.
He's on the cover of the new NBA.
Dude.
He is, yeah.
You know, when I look at the Lakers, yes, they have LeBron. And we've all seen. It doesn't matter whether you watched him in Cleveland the first time, Miami, back in Cleveland, or with LA. We know what he's capable of in the playoffs. He's a different animal.
Right.
Okay? But he also feeds off crowds. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, the crowd is a massive, and that's not just him. That's just basketball, you know, playoff basketball in general. You get more amped up because not that you're not playing for something during the NBA season, but you get into playoff mode, you know what you're playing for.
Okay.
But I just think I just got a weird feeling that Portland is going to give LA a run for their money, and if LA is not careful, they will get beat in a 7-game series, hands down. They will get beat. Yeah. I mean, you've got Lillard, you've got McCollum. You got to remember, you've got Carmelo Anthony on that team.
Yeah.
Carmelo's on that team?
On the Trailblazers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who's playing like the Denver Nugget Carmelo Anthony.
He's playing like young Carmelo.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You
think he's in a
He's
place,
come out of quarantine and he's on fire.
You think he's in a place that he enjoys now?
For 100%.
Probably.
100%.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't enjoy Denver, not that he didn't enjoy New York, but he enjoyed
Denver.
He loved Denver.
Yeah. So you think that Lakers get taken out in the first round?
I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm assuming
I would not be surprised.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Playing them in the first round?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. I honestly, it wouldn't shock me at all if they ended up.
Like I'm not calling it like Cam is, but if if it popped up on Bleacher Report that hey, Portland upset the Lakers, I would be like, oh okay, I can see that.
yeah, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh man,
because LeBron can't do everything himself,
and neither can Anthony Davis. So I mean, you can let those two.
That's what teams have been doing now.
Right.
They're making AD and LeBron do everything, and they're just shutting down everybody else. Like, oh, you guys think you could score 120 points yourself? Go ahead.
It's not going to happen.
And it's not working.
They're making them do all the work.
Yeah.
So are they even guarding those two?
There's a method to the madness. You have two options. You can let those two try and score 100 and some plus points and beat you. If they do, then guess what? Kudos to them.
They meant to win.
Yeah,
but guess what?
Do, good for them.
They're not going to do that 7 games in a 7-game series.
Yeah,
they're not going to do that 4 out of 7 games.
Now, is it possible for them to make some adjustments to be able to get the other players more active?
Oh, LeBron will do everything in his power.
Can you find a fountain of youth?
You know,
the Lakers are the oldest team in the league.
Yeah,
they're the oldest team in the league right now. Dude. I remember, didn't it used to be the Spurs?
Dwight Howard is a backup for them. That dude is old. I mean, he's in really good shape and he looks fantastic.
But they got rid of most of their youth, right?
Yeah. For AD.
For Anthony Davis.
And LeBron.
And Rajon Rondo opted out of the rest of the season because of COVID. So they don't have a true point guard.
So how old is AD?
He's what?
He's fairly young. He's not old.
Is he early 30s? Oh, not even yet.
I don't think he's 30. 27, 28 maybe.
Early 30s adjacent.
Yeah.
He's late 20s. But then, I mean, after that, you've got LeBron who's in 17th year. You've got Dwight Howard who's in God knows how many years.
but LeBron's like what, mid 30s?
He's my age.
Yeah.
So 36.
Well, I mean, he's not
36.
old, but when you consider the fact that he's been in the league 17
years.
Yeah. I mean, he started very young, but 17 years, that'd take a toll on you.
And unless you're Vince Carter, 35 is old in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're old. Yeah. 35, you're getting up there.
Did Vince finally retire?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. He played in 4 decades.
Yep.
Jeez, man.
So who knows what'll happen, but that's just that's a hunch I'm going to throw out there that
just going to throw that
the Blazers might.
I feel bad for Phoenix, though.
People would be pissed. Yeah, that too.
Phoenix was undefeated
8-0.
Really?
Since we started the NBA, and they didn't even make the playoffs.
How did they not make the playoffs?
Because they lost the playing game to Portland, right? To Portland? Oh, my God. That's who the playing game was?
No, Portland won.
Oh, Portland won. Okay.
Phoenix had won, and then and Memphis won, and they needed Portland to lose because if Portland lost, then Phoenix would have played Memphis for the playing game, and Portland won, so they played each other. for the playing game.
Oh, okay.
For that 8th spot. But
that's a tough one, man.
It's a rough go, but nah.
So the Lakers out in the first round.
He said it.
We'll see.
Has LeBron ever been exited? I mean, has he ever been ousted in the first round?
No. He's never lost a playoff series in the first round. Never.
Because this last time he was hurt, right? So did they even make the Lakers?
Last year they didn't make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because he got not because he got hurt, but he got hurt.
Well, it's because he got hurt.
Oh, okay.
It's because he got hurt.
I mean, let's be honest.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, it's like any team he's ever played for. LeBron's not there. The team's not.
Right.
Maybe Miami, but
yeah,
maybe. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's so you're calling it. You're officially calling it. Lakers out first round. Like
I'll stick to my guns. I'll go with it.
Okay, so you're calling Lakers out first round. Just to be clear, hold on. Let me.
I think Carmelo's going to get the best heat. Carmelo's never beaten LeBron.
Yeah. Let me pull up your. So what you're saying?
Oh boy, here we go.
You can't see it all because of the ticker.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me hide the ticker real quick. There we go. So what you're saying? So what Mr. Cam 61916 is saying, and Bucks Guy 14 is saying, is that the Lakers are out in the first round.
I'll go with it. I'll go with the upset.
And Mr. Pun Fu, what are you saying, sir?
I think it's going 7, but they win it in 7.
Lakers win it in 7, so they don't get booted in the first round.
Yeah.
Lakers make it to at least the second round.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Gregory, what do you think? What'd you say? You don't have no idea? Oh, so Greg doesn't follow him. So if y'all want to yell at him for not following him, there's his. Wow. So they out in the first round, man. That'd be rather interesting if that does happen.
I think it would be really comic. Like I would find comic relief in it. Why I don't know. I don't know why, but
that's kind of mean.
And I Lakers are they're my team besides the Cavs.
People would be pissed. I mean, they would not be happy, and the NBA would not be happy because they'd lose.
That's
money.
why.
Which is why I don't think it'll happen. But I mean,
you think the ratings go down if the Lakers get booted?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Dude, come on, LeBron equals ratings. I mean, that's how it's been.
You don't think that Lillard is getting up there?
I mean, that's why I'm. This is a very unusual year, period, and in sports.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't. That's why it just wouldn't surprise me. I mean, everybody wants the Battle of LA. They want the Clippers and the Lakers in the finals to see who goes and plays for a title against either the Bucks or the Raptors. I don't think anybody else in the East is going to even stand a chance.
Also, you don't think nobody out this way has a chance?
No, fuck no. Okay. It's the Bucks or the Raptors, one of the two. Yeah. And everybody said, "Oh, the Raptors are going to be shit because Kawhi left." It's like they were good before Kawhi got there, and
I know they used to give when the Cavs won a championship, the Raptors gave them fits for a while.
Right? Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, once LeBron went away from the East, and the Raptors were finally able to beat, the Cavs,
not the Cavs,
but. I think that's what the NBA wants is LA, the Lakers versus Clippers, and then the Bucks and Raptors. Or, I don't really know who else in the East would really give Milwaukee or Toronto a legitimate run.
Maybe Boston?
Maybe Boston. Maybe.
Is Kyrie's not still in Boston, is he?
No, he's in Brooklyn. But him nor KD are playing.
How's Brooklyn? Oh, they're
not.
Is Brooklyn even in the no?
They were in the bubble though.
They were in the bubble.
Yeah. But they didn't make playoffs.
Next year will be a different story. If he's healthy, KD's healthy.
Oh yeah.
Brooklyn. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Brooklyn, Milwaukee, 1-2,
and DeAndre Jordan.
That can flip. Yeah, and DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
So I mean, that could be a flip flop for 1 and 2 in the East next year.
Good Lord, that's a lot. That is a lot. So to wrap up, Lakers out in 1. Lakers out in round 1, according to Cam. Lakers making it to at least round 2, according to Mr. Pun Fu Panda. According to Greg, he doesn't know. He does not follow it because the Cavaliers aren't there right now, is why I'm guessing. So now for our little hot topic of the evening.
I hate it. I'm going home.
Oh, boy. Express your opinions, Pun.
Oh man, we got this this college.
I clearly said it.
football.
I clearly said it on Facebook when it happened.
Okay, well, just let's wait. We're gonna get into it real quick. Let me man, Pun is already he's already amped up. So what the hell is going on with college football? Who would like to be
Shenanigans.
Oh,
it's
is
utter
what's going on.
fuckery is what it is.
just a bunch of tomfoolery, huh?
So
It's-
instead of the NCAA saying, "Hey, this is happening,"
Right.
whether it's not playing or playing, they pretty much left it up to all the conferences themselves.
Yeah,
Okay, now how does that?
because they didn't want the heat.
They didn't want the heat.
Oh, okay.
So they just went to all the conferences and say, "Hey, whatever you do, we'll sign off on it."
And what has the conferences been doing?
Well, the MAC, well, the Ivy League. I'm sorry, the Ivy League.
Right.
So like Harvard, Yale,
Princeton.
all the
Right,
smart
right.
schools. They just came out and said any fall sport they're not playing.
Any fall sport.
None.
Yeah,
None.
They were the first conference
To do it, yes.
to do it.
Yep.
Which, hey, that's cool. That's your
So no fall sports at all whatsoever.
in the Ivy League. No,
None.
until like they're moving them to the spring.
Jeez.
But like most of those schools don't factor in to the football championship.
Okay.
Like they
Okay.
never play for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
So that was okay. Well, you just don't have the Ivy League schools.
Right.
And then the MAC conference, the Mid-American Conference, which is like Bowling Green, Kent State, Akron, OU, Ball State, Northern
Okay.
Illinois, like
Right.
smaller schools. They're D1, but they're smaller.
Yeah.
Pretty much the MAC gets paid to play
Your
the
bigger
big
schools.
conferences.
Right. Right.
They said they're not playing. Well, the SEC, ACC, and Big 12 were like, fuck you guys, we're playing still because we're three of the Power 5 conferences.
Right.
So the big people were like, we're playing.
Yeah. And then the two other big people
Who we thought were big people.
who we thought were big, the Big 10 Conference and the Pac-12, were like, oh, we're going to take the cue from the small guys and not play.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's and here's it just
And anybody knows me, I'm all Ohio State.
Yeah.
I would totally leave the Big 10 Conference right now to play
100%.
football.
and I'll tell you right now, if Ohio State you can fucking put it back on the Tigger. If Ohio State would leave the Big 10, the Big 10 would
Conference
crumble.
is done.
It is fucking. They can't
Oh,
afford.
so hold on.
They cannot afford.
Hot take.
It's not a hot take. That's
That's fact.
Pure facts.
Pure
Okay.
fact.
Okay.
The Big 10.
So no Ohio State, then ratings just go to shit.
I think the conference goes to shit.
would
The whole
fold.
conference.
Yeah.
Because
they can't afford. You can't. And that's nothing against the other schools, but Ohio State is such.
they're the only team in the Big 10 right now that could compete with Clemson in the
Anybody.
ACC or the SEC.
In college football.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
they have
Legitimate.
over the last decade, they've realized that, hey, we have to go through the SEC for the championship. So they got to that caliber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
And then
nobody else.
Clemson came along in the ACC and did that too.
Right.
Okay.
Where nobody else in the
Where
Big
nobody
10 has
else
kind of has
has-
come to that realization that, hey,
That team up north fans can say they could do it, but
they can't. They
haven't done
They
it
haven't.
since before World War II. So
They say they can do it, but
they think they can.
whether they actually do it is a
Yeah,
different
they
thing.
think they can.
They can't.
I mean, they do have the most championships in college football history, correct?
Wait, the team up north does?
Yeah. The problem is only one of those has come in modern era football.
Right.
It was in 97 and they shared it with Nebraska.
Right.
So it wasn't even an outright title.
So wait, the team up north has more.
They might be tied now with
They might be
Alabama or
tied.
Notre Dame because I know Alabama and
Yeah,
Notre
they
Dame
were
both
close.
have quite a few. I think are 8, 9,
But
10,
most of those
something like that.
all but one
Yeah.
has come outside the modern era of football. Like if you look on the team up north,
Okay.
like
okay.
pre-World War II,
Yeah. Yeah.
like dude, they're playing high school teams.
Yeah, they weren't playing anybody. They're not playing anybody. What the fuck? I mean, it's just they're
Like,
not.
dude, you are a college.
Right.
Yeah. Like what?
How are you going to take credit for what?
Wait, were they playing like legitimate high school teams?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't playing anybody worth a shit.
Yeah. So they all their championships but one came not in the modern era of football.
Oh my god.
And then the one you do have was shared
Was shared,
with Nebraska.
That's some bullshit.
which is fine because
That's some bullshit.
fuck them. But the major problem I have with this whole canceling football thing is I think they made a very rash decision based on the fact that, you told these guys 3 months ago.
You're playing.
You're going to play. We're going to follow a protocol.
Right.
We're going to tell you, hey, this is when you can practice. This is how many times a week you practice. This is when you can practice with pads, without pads. They gave them kind of an outline of, hey, practice or weight training, lift weights, practice, and then they got these guys saying, midway through, hey, are we going to play? Yeah, go ahead about your business. Start practicing, not with pads yet, which is fine.
Yeah, you don't really need.
You don't need to have pads on.
We're talking about practice.
Right. And then you go and sit there and you...
Literally like 2 weeks before the season starts.
2 weeks before the season starts, you tell these guys, okay, we're going to play conference games only. We're going to take you out of conference and cancel it. Okay, fine.
That happened before. I meant like the whole season.
Oh.
It was literally like...
They tell these guys, hey, out of conference schedule, gone. We're going to play in your conference. Oh, awesome. We get 10 fucking games. Ecstatic. All these kids, we're still playing.
Yep. And you could still play.
Full go.
It would still count, like, even though you're not
like
playing
a normal
non-conference games.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you just play your conference.
You play your conference. You play your conference championship if you get there.
Whoever wins goes to the playoffs.
He goes to playoffs or the bowl game, whatever.
Bowl game, yeah.
So these kids are stoked. Hey, we get 10 games minimum. Okay. Then they go and they release a schedule that was altered to push the date back. Well, they had several open weeks.
So if something happens, like
something happened
for COVID, they could they could adjust it.
There was room, and that's exactly
canceling.
what they came out and said.
Yeah.
We did this to leave room for adjustments.
Yep,
Gotcha.
Right? So these kids are dead set. All right, we're playing football. Fucking end of September. Let's go.
And
then all of a sudden, 3 days after they drop that shit, or 4 days after they drop it, they come out and say, we're canceling the season. Why on earth would you sit there and go through all of that and tell these kids all of that to pull the plug?
Like some of these kids
that kinda
are never
no
playing
sense.
football.
They'll never
again.
play college football again.
Well, they won't play football. Period.
Oh yeah, because they're seniors.
Because only like 3% of
It's
college
very,
athletes
very
actually go on to
minimal.
professional
To
sports.
professionals, yeah.
So
So you basically just pulled the rug underneath these kids for what reason? Because of the fact that you took, I don't even know what you want to call it, into effect, but it's like, look at where these kids are now. They're on a college campus. They're surrounded by some of the best doctors in the world.
True,
Not the USA, the world. Okay?
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
they're getting tested.
They're getting tested daily. Probably, I don't know about daily, but
well, not daily,
I would
but
assume
they're probably getting tested more than
at least once a week
Yeah.
at minimum.
They're contained.
They're contained in an area where they're not out with.
You got players. You got players coming out saying, "If I go home,
I'm getting. It's a wrap.
it's a wrap."
Yeah, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
So why not keep them where they're contained? You have eyes on them at all times. Because
they're not going out partying.
Exactly.
Doing something they shouldn't be doing because of the germ.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to cancel. You ask these guys to follow protocol. They followed it for 3 months to a T.
Yeah.
To a T. Been getting tested. A person comes back with it here and there. That's
going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. It's going to happen with anything.
Yeah.
But you follow a protocol.
the UFC's on a whole ass island, and there's people that tested positive.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
But you follow protocol for 3 months, and then you pull the plug on them.
Yeah.
And I think what most people are and me personally, I'm very aggravated, is Kevin Warren, who is the Big Ten asshole of the month right now. But
oh shit,
his son plays for Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Which is in the SEC. Who is still going ahead playing football, and he's fine with that.
Yep.
So let me
He's
get
fine
this
with his
straight.
son playing
You're
football.
fine with your son playing football.
But you came out and said, "We're not playing for the safety of our students."
That's your fucking son.
Yeah, that's That's kind of shady.
Yeah,
that's
super shady.
That's really.
And then
weird.
you say you're doing this to protect the students, but you didn't ask them.
You didn't ask them. You didn't ask them. You didn't ask
You didn't
the
ask
coaches. You
any
didn't ask
athletes if
anybody.
they were, "Hey, how do you guys feel about not playing or even playing?"
You think there's some ulterior motives at play here?
It's the AC. It's
100%.
hell yeah, there is. Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
You think it's a money thing or?
No,
Well,
because they're going to lose a ton. They're going to lose
a ton of money.
They're losing.
They're going to
money
lose
right
about
now,
$80 million.
I just
$80
yeah.
million?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Power 5 conferences bring in about $78.5 million per season per conference. So, and then you got to remember that will fund several other sports for those schools. So you're talking about 80 mil.
God.
So if the Big Ten really goes on with not playing football,
Dude.
you could probably cancel. You could probably just axe a whole bunch of smaller sport programs off, like they never existed.
Yeah, because they won't be able to be
football
funded.
funds it. Football funds that.
Right.
$80 million.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the way college football rolls now, that's probably on the low end.
I would say it's on the low end. Probably.
That's probably on the low end. You're probably looking at close to triple digits for a season.
Like for Ohio State, like swimming, like sports like that, they're funded solely by football.
By football.
Just 100%.
100%.
With what the profits and probably basketball too.
Yeah, because I mean, I think with your major schools, if they're excellent in two sports, like if they excel in two sports, you'll be fine. But you've got certain schools that their one sport they excel in is just it funds everything for the rest of your your program. You take that away.
grief.
And I mean, there's been some serious uproar about it. Coaches have said, look, we'll go look to play fucking
coaches
elsewhere.
and players are like, how come we weren't asked about
informed? Nothing. It was just
They didn't ask any of them.
No. The thing that kills me is that they said the vote passed 12-2 in the Big Ten not to play.
Yeah,
So that means only 2 schools wanted to play.
2 schools. Yet there was 6 schools.
Nebraska,
That's weird.
the team up north, Wisconsin, Ohio State,
Iowa and Penn
Michigan
State.
State, Iowa, Penn State. There's 7.
That's 7.
All wanted to play.
All
So
wanted to play.
How are you only saying only 2
So
schools?
yeah. So who are the 2?
Yeah.
Who are the only 2 that?
Yeah,
that,
clearly their math is my math. Because to me, that's 7 in favor.
Yeah.
So that only means
That
it'd be
leaves-
tied 7-7.
Yeah.
How many teams in the Big Ten?
14,
Okay.
right? Yeah, 14.
So if there's
Twelve.
if there's so if there's
is it 12?
already 7 in favor, or if you're counting 7 in favor,
Yeah.
and
if
they
there's
said that they talked to because they had to have only talked to what, like 9?
Oh no, they were supposed to talk to they were supposed to talk to the president of each school. Okay.
Right.
That's where you'd get your vote.
Right.
So the president of each school and the president of Ohio State, she was on board with not playing football, and then the players and coaches started giving some feedback, and her tune changed instantaneously. She was like, "Yeah, let's fucking play football."
We'll play.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
I mean, it was quick.
Yeah. So it's like, where are you getting your math from?
Right. Where are the numbers coming from?
And then you got another douchebag of the week, Desmond
boy.
Howard from the team up north.
Yeah.
He, and look, Heisman Trophy winner,
Good player. Great player.
great player.
Great player.
I actually liked him.
Only there are 2 people I respect from that school.
team,
And that's
Charles
one of
Woodson
them, and him.
and Desmond Howard.
And that's it.
That's
Everybody else can fuck off.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's respect. I will not cheer for
This-
them. I never have, never will. But I
This
respect
dude got
their game.
up on, I forgot what show it was on ESPN. Was it College Football Live?
It might have been Football Live.
And said, pretty much, because Nebraska was the first team in the Big Ten to come out and say, hey, we're going to do everything we can to play regardless of what our conference says.
Right. We're gonna if we have to go look
Hey,
elsewhere.
cool.
Fuck it.
You know, you want to play football, go play.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
This dude came up on live TV and said he respects, how Nebraska feels and the kids want to play, whatever. And then goes on to say if he was the Big Ten conference, he'd be looking for a way to get rid of their ass. Meaning looking for a way to get Nebraska out of the Big Ten. It's like,
Wait.
So then are you going to sit there and hold that accountable for Iowa and Michigan State and Penn State and the team up north and Ohio State?
well, your own
you
school
guys are
wants
gonna
to
go,
play.
Right.
But you called out Nebraska because they were the first ones to say, hey, we're going to play regardless of what.
call out everybody
the
who wanted
conference
to play.
does.
Because at that point, I mean, like I said before, if Ohio State ends up leaving the Big Ten, which I don't think it'll happen, but if they really wanted to throw a haymaker and go, hey, listen, we're going to go
Francis
look,
Ngannou haymaker?
we're going to go look for another conference
Yeah, hey, fuck you. We're
to play football
yeah.
in, you're gonna that conference is gonna be in a world of trouble.
Yeah.
World of trouble. I mean, so
So wait, can they switch conferences?
I don't think they would I mean, I guess they
Like,
could.
is that a thing that's doable? Like, you can switch your conference?
I mean,
you can. Yeah.
Nebraska was in the Big 12, up until 5 years ago?
Yeah.
6
and
years
then
ago?
they came to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Notre
Dame's not even in the conference.
Yeah, they're not even in the conference.
They're
which
independent.
needs to change, but they'll get there.
Are they playing?
Well,
No.
yeah,
right now
they're playing an ACC schedule.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been the players and coaches have spoke up. The parents of these kids have actually they've sent letters.
I would imagine that the parents are pissed because
they're not happy.
No.
And here's the sad part, and it's not even really sad. It's just mind-boggling that these players bring your organization oodles of money,
Billions.
oodles of money every single year.
Literally.
The least you can do is ask them, hey,
ask
do
them.
you feel comfortable playing? If they say yes, okay. The ones who don't want to play, you want to opt out, that's fine.
That's cool.
Okay, we totally respect that. But the guys who want to play, we're going to let them play.
Yeah.
Give them the parameters. But if we see a massive spike,
then
we're going to have to shut it down.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, they would have been satisfied, hey, they're going to give us a shot to play. Let's keep following protocol. Let's keep doing what we've been doing. This way we can play football.
You think there's a reason that they didn't do that?
Honestly, I think the Big Ten's just drinking the Kool-Aid.
There's something else going on. I do. And
I'm not saying that to discount the germ.
Yeah.
But obviously we've seen there's other agendas that the germ is being used for.
There definitely has
And
been.
I think the Big Ten, it hurts me to say this,
bought into it.
just bought into the hype.
Yeah. I think they did.
Bought into the fear, bought into the...
Because there's no reason they couldn't push
Yeah.
the season back to where everybody else did the last week of September. And like you said, I don't understand why you would sit there and say, hey, we're going to leave 3 or 4 weeks open per team. This way we can shuffle stuff if we have to. If you knew you weren't going to play a season, don't throw all that shit out there on the line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I read it a little bit earlier this morning. Justin Fields, who is Ohio State's quarterback, put out a petition to have the Big Ten reconsider playing this year.
And he's already got...
As of 2 o'clock this afternoon, he had 30,000 signatures
already
so far. He released it at
30,000.
Yeah, he put it out. He put it out this morning, and as of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he already had 30,000
signatures for them to
play
look
football.
to reconsider reinstating the season.
You have Trevor Lawrence, who he's the quarterback of Clemson, and this year was pretty much going to be him and Justin Fields for the Heisman.
And for the picks in the draft for next year.
And for the number one pick.
They're probably
have Trevor
pretty
Lawrence,
motivated
who has nothing to do with the Big Ten.
At all.
Who, if anybody, should be like, oh, the Big Ten's not playing? Sweet, that's easier for us. You have him going to work for the Big Ten to get them to play too.
I mean, you have guys who, you wouldn't think. You have players, but that's the thing, is players across college football, some of them know each other, some of them don't, but it's that players union type thing where it's kind of like a big family. Like, fuck, man, we got 2 conferences that are out who give out good competition. And if you, Pun knows this, I mean, when you play sports, so do you. When you play sports, you want good competition. You want to play the best of the best.
Yeah, of course.
And over the course of the last 10 years in the Big Ten,
I'm not being mean, but nobody really cared that the Ivy League or the MAC weren't playing.
Nobody give a fuck.
They're not in for the. They don't.
I don't
matter.
even really hear them mentioned when talking about college football.
They don't matter and it's not discounting those kids or those programs.
No.
It's just every once in a while you'll have one of those schools do something miraculous and be competitive with the big schools, but consistently no. So when they said they're not playing, it was like, okay, well, we still have the 5 conferences that factor into the playoffs.
Right.
But when it's like, and the thing, again, it's like the Big Ten for the last decade and a half has been trying as a conference to be on the same level as the SEC, as all other conferences are in the Power 5.
Okay.
Like, because I mean, Alabama, for one, I mean, they've won 6 in the last 15 years championships.
Oh, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Give or take.
Give or take, yeah.
That's
They're the
they're
the bar. Clemson has matched them.
Yeah, Clemson's come along.
Other
over the last
schools
10
have
years.
been like, hey, we got to chase Bama. We got to up our game.
Right.
So if you're a conference that's been trying to stay on the same level as the SEC, or at least say, hey, no, we're not trying, we are on the same level as the SEC, then why are you taking your cues from the MAC? You should be doing whatever the SEC is doing.
Just stick to what you were doing. You weren't having there. I mean, there were no problems. I hadn't heard anybody come out and say, "Oh, Ohio State's got a fluctuation of 35 team members that got COVID and this and that." I mean, I didn't hear anything. Stick to your guns. Stick to what you were doing, and go along with your plan. If you started out and it failed, then you had every right to go, "Hey guys, listen, we tried and it failed. We got to shut it down." But to sit there and throw all that stuff out on the line to get those kids hyped up to play, and then you just pull the plug, and and to this day, I don't really know what reason they gave to cancel it. And you could sit there and say, for the safety of the players, which is, I'm sorry, it's bullshit. That's crap.
That seems really weird, like, for the safety of the players, but
Ohio State's got one of the best medicine programs in the fucking country.
Other players are allowed to play.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I feel like Ohio in general has kind of been at the forefront of the whole pandemic, like medically wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, there's spikes, but you know what? Like, I mean, it fathoms my mind that you can have some of the best medically, I don't even know what the other word is, people, down at that university. And I'm sure there's a couple other ones that are top of the realm, but you have some of the best medical care in the country.
Wexler Center.
The Wexler Center, that's almost tops in the world. Just like the Cleveland Clinic, you know what I'm saying? It's people come here from all over the world. But, you're worried about the player safety. They have the resources there. Use them. It's not like you're short on money to not use them. Use them. Because I guarantee you, the Big 12, the ACC, and the SEC, they're going to do everything in their fucking power to use every last resource they have to play football. If they all fail, you know what? Then they can come out and say, listen, we use this and this and this and this and this.
They at least tried, though.
And we tried, and it failed. Whereas if you're the Big 10 or the Pac-12, well, what did you guys try? Oh, we made them.
Tried to be the MAC.
We let them weight lift. We let them practice.
We want to be Akron.
Yeah, we let them do all this shit, and nothing came of it. But we pulled the plug anyway.
Won one game last year?
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this: you think, as far as the money loss goes, clearly they're not doing any fans in the stands, right? So they're losing money from ticket sales.
Yeah, from that, yeah.
You think that has an effect on why they're not playing? Because they're figuring, listen, we're already losing however much they.
No, they could have made that up with TV contracts.
Right, they have TV contracts that they would have gotten money from.
Yeah. So now you're just losing everything.
Yeah. Now you're getting nothing. You're getting $0.
So guess who's going to get all that money?
The SEC.
Who you're trying to compete with and saying you're as good as.
Oh,
but you're not playing no more.
If they play football, they're going to get all the money.
Yeah. So they're literally every single game will probably be televised. Like no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether it's like
if you got only 3 conferences playing football,
give
or take there's 12 teams in the conference.
It's going to be televised.
Every game's going to be televised on national TV.
Wow.
National TV. Muco Bucks.
And again, you want to be Akron, who won one game.
I mean, who knows, man? Maybe within the next week or two, maybe by the start of September, a petition is a petition, and people sometimes think, hey, it's just a petition, doesn't go far. But you know what?
We've
also
seen too, like the more people start making noise.
Decisions
get overturned.
The more heat that you start putting on, people
it hasn't
start
even been a week
rethinking it.
yet. So
a petition has power,
and that's what I'm saying. It has its power. The petition has its power, and it's not coming. You got to think about who it's coming from too. Okay, it's coming from a guy who transferred from another major school down in the SEC, Georgia. He transferred up here. Okay, had a stellar year, and he obviously knows what he can do to use his his platform.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's a face of college football. When right now in this year coming up of college football, I mean, when you say college football, you've got 2 people on your mind: Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. I mean, that's there are some other guys. There are a couple guys from
and
LSU,
other guys will emerge,
and other guys will emerge, and so some guys from Alabama. But I mean, those two guys are on the forefront. I mean, they're, like he said.
Magazine covers.
Heisman, first, second pick. They're going to flip-flop this and that. They honestly feel that would be a national championship game.
Matchup.
It's those two. So for him to sit there and throw out a petition like that and say, listen, that's going to throw some heat. But I also think that the parents' letters and the coaches speaking up and, they're analysts who, they live and die college football.
Dumbfounded.
And, when they start
obviously not Desmond Howard.
No, but your big time college analysts are giving the Big Ten some heat. It's like, okay, you might want to rethink your decision here because Kevin Warren has to now live with this decision unless he rescinds it and reconsiders and says, "Hey, listen, we'll push the season back. We'll try and play it. This
could hurt the Big Ten.
It's gonna hurt the conference and it's gonna hurt him immensely because nobody is going to respect this guy. No, but it's gone. He's got the only way he gains a little bit of respect back is by reconsidering and saying, hey, listen, we'll try this season. We'll give it a go. Follow protocol. If shit gets out of hand, we're going to shut it down.
Okay.
But even then, I wouldn't trust it because then he could just be like, oh, hey, we had a spike. We're shutting the season down.
Yeah, but there's got to be.
See, I told you I was right.
No, but there's, you know what I'm saying? There's got to be.
Yeah, right.
There's got to be certain things put in place to where, you're getting accurate numbers and, they have the resources to do that.
Right.
But I think he just, not that he's going to get fired because I don't think it's going to happen, but he's going to start getting more heat for the next 2 weeks because he's got time. They have time to come back out and say, listen, after all the letters and talking to the players and talking to the coaches and talking to the parents, we're going to sit down and possibly reconsidering opening the season back up. They have time to do that.
Right.
Because most of these conferences have pushed it back to the last week of September.
Ohio State hasn't even stopped practicing.
And they haven't stopped practicing.
Yeah.
That was the other big thing that pissed a lot of people off. They're going ahead with practice and intramural sports.
We're talking about practice.
How are you going to have intramural sports and 20 hours of practice time per week?
We're talking about practice.
But then tell these kids they can't go play on Saturdays. You're having people.
Yeah, that's,
they had freshmen incoming this weekend. Yeah. They had freshmen check into dorms, prepare for class.
Orientation,
all that shit, yeah.
And you're talking about these fucking kids can't go play football.
Or any sport, for that matter.
High schools are.
High schools
are playing football?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
If high schools are playing football, colleges should
I
be
drove by
absolutely
Lutheran West
High
the other
schools
day,
playing football.
and they're out there practicing.
We're talking about practice.
That's 6.
Cleveland.
I'm getting on point with it.
Cincinnati. Here's the thing. High schools in Columbus are playing football.
Yeah. Seriously?
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So if the high schools in Columbus are playing football, why isn't Ohio State, which is in Columbus, playing football?
No idea.
Ask
no
Mr.
clue.
Warren.
Yeah, that kind of makes no sense whatsoever. Really quick, not to interrupt y'all.
Belsky and Goose are arguing.
I was literally about to say
about what?
Apparently, Belsky came in, said number one fan is here. And then Goose
said you're late.
Goose's rebuttal was you're late.
And Belsky was I was kayaking.
Man. That is hilarious.
So yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's going to be a very weird year. He can make better if he gives it a shot. If he actually listens to the people he should listen to. Mm-hmm. He can gain a little respect back,
right?
But
not from me.
I mean,
no.
Because if I'm not mistaken, he had something to do with the NFL. I don't exactly know what, but they were ecstatic when he left. So that tells you something.
Goose's
right
last
there.
comment.
What you're late, sir?
No, he was like, so were you, pun, but you made it on time.
Damn.
Damn.
Gotcha, Belsky. He got you.
I feel like my chat is late over here, or maybe it's just. Oh, I put it on a separate. Oh, there it is. It's there now. So were you, pun, but you made it on time. Pun did make it on time.
I did.
He did.
Even if we would have started at 5:30.
Yeah, even if we just started on time, which we didn't. but that's just because of this amazing
Oh yeah, for sure.
table
This
that
is
y'all have set in
definitely-
front of you. Soon to have a
Oh, yeah.
laptop on it and some other goodies. So, Emily's in the house.
Yeah, saw her.
She said
So
the
is
new
Glad. So is
New
Gladys.
camera setup looks great. Yeah, Gladys said
Gladys?
some of her favorite faces.
It's the A1.
Yeah.
A1 since day one.
A1 since day one. Gladys is awesome.
Jess is in here too.
Steve can fuck all the way off.
All the way.
The plug's in here. Brent.
Oh,
Just popped up.
Brent
Yeah.
Walker's in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Better late than never.
Right.
Did you realize that your dad said his favorite sport is beach women's volleyball?
Oh, to watch? Oh yeah, that dude. He's
Yeah.
all
Don't surprise
about.
me.
He's all about beach volleyball.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Specifically women's beach volleyball?
I'll go watch both, but yeah, obviously more specifically the women. But, you know,
Nothing wrong with that, man. It's a solid sport. In Brazil, we play that all
I know
the
you guys
time.
do. Yeah.
All the time.
I'm not even gonna lie, that shit's crazy.
It's
especially the-
hard.
the 2-on-2.
It's hard. Here's the
Like-
thing, man. Doing anything in sand is difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's running, playing volleyball, shit,
Right.
playing. There's a reason that there's a sand pit in golf.
Yeah, right.
Shit's hard.
There's
Yeah,
a reason
you know
why
what I
you're
mean?
not trying to get in the sand.
Yeah. Like sand
Right.
makes anything difficult. Having sex on the beach is difficult.
It
Like
gets-
you can't just
gets
do
in
that.
crevices and
just
orifices
You don't want to
and-
do that. Wrestling on the beach.
Right.
There's beach wrestling now.
Is there?
Yeah, like actual collegiate wrestling,
know
but
what I was-
on a beach, bro. It's ridiculous.
This was it? It was a while ago. There was soccer
Yeah,
on the beach.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was on. I think it was only like a 30-yard field or
Yeah.
square.
but it's difficult.
And
like all,
yeah,
all
I was
that
like,
all
what
that
in
running
the-
around in sand is horrible, man.
What in the world? Like what soccer?
Here's the thing, man. I ran on the beach like one time, like with deep sand, and I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Shit is horrid.
I was like,
I don't
I'm
like walking on the
I was
beach
like, I'm
because it's so
100%
hard.
never doing this again.
Old Peppy No Neck.
Oh, what did Peppy No Neck
Sex
say?
on the beach is the best.
We're not talking about the drink, Pep.
He don't drink that
Neither-
drink.
I was about to say, neither is he.
He don't drink that drink. That's too girly for him.
Yo, sex on the beach is.
I'll come home from work and this dude is drinking like straight Crown Royal on the rocks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't even drink, but that sounds like it's strong.
Going hard.
That sounds like it's just oof. You never want it. God. You don't want to do that. What are people still arguing in the chat?
Well, not really.
Belsky's good at sand volleyball. He said, "Yeah, I know. I'll fuck all the way off."
Yeah. Oh, is he good at sand
I've never
volleyball?
seen it, so I can't confirm that.
No idea.
Belsky, listen, dude. Listen, man. Fuck you, man.
Get the fuck out.
Fuck.
So glad I get to hear that again.
Yeah, man. Fucking Belsky, dude. Just amazing at everything. Everything he does. I'm just
Right?
good at it. He can cook. He can shoot. He's handsome. He's freaking a wizard at losing weight. I've been trying to lose 6 pounds for a year and a half. This dude just decides to do keto and it just falls off of him. We went shopping the other day. He was leaving weight in the fucking store as we was walking through it. Like this freaking guy. He's got a new truck, Mr. New Truck. He's a great friend.
Boss.
Like,
Yeah, he's all right.
fuck that dude. Fuck off. He can fuck all the way off. So, guys, any sporting events that we're looking forward to right now? Other than the playoffs, and
Yeah.
obviously other than watching the Cleveland sport ball team do what they do.
I mean, I'm actually more excited for the hockey playoffs. To be
Really?
honest. Yeah.
Does Cleveland have a hockey team?
No, Columbus
Columbus
does.
does.
Columbus Blue
Columbus has a
Jackets.
hockey team?
Yeah.
How are they looking?
They're down 2-1 in
Down
the
2-1,
series. Yeah.
yeah.
They're down 2-1 in their series, but they're all right. It's a 7-game series. So
Did Cleveland used to have a hockey team?
they have an AHL team,
Yeah,
the Monsters.
Monsters.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. The
They're
Lake Erie Monsters.
Yeah, they're the
Okay.
like the minor league affiliate to the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. That's what I was about to
Yeah.
say. I thought there was. Didn't Cleveland used to have a women's basketball team?
Yeah, the Rockers.
Whatever happened to them? Did they move somewhere? Or
They went away just like Whammer did.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That
And
kind of.
I mean, I'm not being mean either, but kind of like the WNBA. I mean,
I haven't. Yeah, I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's been going on with them?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything.
Hmm.
Well, I'm talking even before, because like they were in trouble, like financially. So that's why now, like in the WNBA, like they don't have a team name; they have a sponsor name, like soccer.
Oh,
you know, like how like
okay.
so Barcelona was Qatar at one point. Like the WNBA, they have like the small team patch, but then it's the big
sponsors on them.
Sponsor
so
logo.
They're basically just advertisement.
I mean, they're still balling out over there.
Yeah,
I mean, they're amazing.
Playing.
They're amazing players.
Oh, for sure.
Like
They
the
could beat
skills
me.
there.
Insane.
Now I'm curious as to why the WNBA hasn't taken off as much as. Here's what I'm curious about: why hasn't the WNBA taken off as much as other women's sports? Right. So women in MMA, shit took off like.
Oh yeah, like
you know what I mean. And
like
even,
wildfire.
honestly, even before Ronda Rousey, when,
it
when
was,
Gina Carano and Cyborg fought, that was the first female headlined pay-per-view. And you have what is it? It's the all women's league. Oh man, what is it?
Invitica.
Invitica, yeah. I'm sorry, it slipped my mind. So you have Invitica, and they do great. They do great numbers. You know, I mean, not as much as UFC, but they're doing great numbers to the point that these women are like, this is their livelihood is fighting. So I wonder why.
I think with fighting though, because it's more of a worldwide thing. So maybe that is why.
Yeah,
the
basketball
fighting,
is strictly the U.S.
At least women's basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in the Olympics.
Well, as
the
far
other
as
countries play, but
the popularity of world like sports in the world, I don't think basketball is even in the top 10. Because the last time I looked it up, it's not even in top 10.
Yeah.
I think number 1 is cricket. To be honest,
in the
because
world,
it's literally played almost it's played everywhere except here.
Yeah.
Then it's like cricket, tennis, football, soccer. I don't know if football is in the top. I think basketball might be higher than American football because basketball is played more places than just here.
Yeah, but here football is way more popular. Than
Well, I mean, it took over a day from God.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I mean? Like it took over 2 days of the week.
It's
Monday and Sunday is pretty much strictly football.
For the NFL,
yeah,
Monday night football, Thursday night football, and Sunday night.
Dude, that's 3 days of the week.
And then once you get close
Monday
to
and
the
Thursday
end
are only one game.
right.
Yeah.
And then once you get close to the end of the season, then you start
Saturday.
throwing in Saturday games. So you got 4 nights,
God.
4 out of 7 nights you've got
Dedicated to football.
dedicated to pro football. And then you throw in college football. They've got games on Thursday nights. Some teams play on Wednesday nights.
When they
Friday
actually play.
nights, Saturday. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like, isn't it weird how, like, in America, it's like we watch these sports. Fuck what's going on in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
This is what we're watching. I think the only reason that MMA really took off in America is because of people's, I don't want to say bloodlust, but
No, like they
kind of people's bloodlust.
They like fighting.
Yeah. And they love knockouts.
Well, that's
A lot
the
of times
thing.
people don't like technical fights.
Oh, not here.
Honestly, last night the fight between Stipe and Daniel Cormier, I think they would have got booed.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's not
Hell yeah,
that's not to say that it was a bad fight.
No,
it
'cause
just wasn't like
people
exciting.
like us.
Yeah,
That
people
was a
like
great
us.
fight.
Yeah, we loved it, but at the same time, most fans in America, they want to see
just want-
blood. They want to
yeah.
see knockouts. They want to see
which
things
is
like that.
and those are the same fans who don't think Floyd Mayweather is a good boxer now.
Yeah, exactly. They think think he runs.
They think he runs. Like no, he can't knock people out. He has 26.
Yeah,
He has
literally.
more than half of his wins have come from knockout. It's just as he got older, he adjusted. Hey, I can't compete with these big dudes.
Yeah,
these big
yeah.
young dudes. I'm going to beat
Plus,
him technically.
he kept hurting his hands too.
Yeah. So he
like if you keep
learned-
hurting your hands when you
Yeah.
knock people out, stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to why the WNBA hasn't really taken off. You would think it would. You would think that if you're truly a basketball fan, like these women out there playing their
and
hearts out.
good.
Yeah. So you would think like if you're truly a basketball fan and you just want to watch good basketball, you would watch them. And you know what? It's kind of the same thing with soccer here in the States. Like the men's soccer team gets all the props in the world, and the women have won the World Cup twice.
Yeah.
Three times.
3 times?
3 times.
So,
3 times.
Did they three-peat or did they?
No, they didn't three-peat.
So, but they
won
won
it
it
3 times.
3 times. They repeated, so they won it twice in a row. They have won another time.
Well, actually, they are more popular than men's. The men's just get paid more.
Now they are, Before
I'll watch the women.
Well,
Before
what
they
did it
weren't.
was the first World Cup the women won in
Yeah.
'96.
And, yeah.
Okay.
That changed it. Yeah.
It did, but
Yeah.
after that, for a while, for a long time, people were hyping. They were. I kept
they-
seeing ads for
they-
the
they
men.
were-
I
'cause
kept
they were
seeing
trying
stuff.
to.
Yeah, but I mean,
It didn't
even,
work.
Even the people
Yeah.
that I know, not you guys,
Yeah.
obviously, but a lot of people I know would always talk about the men's. Like they would watch, they would actively watch the men's play in the World Cup, and they didn't really watch the women, which was always weird to me because I'm like, clearly they're the better team.
Clearly, they could probably beat the men.
I'd watch the women over the men
100%.
100%.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
I watched the women more
Anytime the
than
women
men
are
if they're
on,
on.
I'll watch
I don't
them.
even know why they don't really get. So even when I go on like Facebook, they don't get talked about unless it's about money, which they absolutely deserve more money.
Hell yeah.
I got 100%. I mean,
Look, if you are the better team, clearly,
shit. If you're
You should be
now,
getting-
now they're the more popular team.
yeah, like
So they should get more money.
Yeah.
They're clearly getting. Listen, if you're winning the World Cup,
yeah,
you have better ratings.
yeah.
You know, I think last season the claim to fame for the men's was that the goalie blocked like, what was it like?
Oh, like 17
17
shots or something
shots.
in
Yeah.
one of those games.
But here's the thing that nobody talked about. That means your defense
Was
let
shit.
them strike
was
17
garbage.
Yeah,
times.
right. Like what are
Garbage.
you doing that in a soccer game
Yeah.
you're letting the other team shoot 17 times?
Here's the thing. If this was baseball and you're like, look, I caught 17 outs, that means your pitcher let 17 people hit the fucking
well, I mean,
ball.
but
like
that's
in
a strategy
row.
though. Like some pitchers are fly ball specialists.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
because
I mean,
where
so
they locate the ball.
the
I
way
mean,
they
I've
locate it.
just
Yeah.
seen games where like if a motherfucker if too many motherfuckers hit the ball on this pitcher, they come out there and have that conversation.
Well, not if they're getting out. If they're
Oh,
getting
really?
hits, if they're getting hits where they're not out, then yeah, you'll pull the pitcher.
Okay.
But yeah, a hit is if you're not getting
I still
out.
don't think I want 17 people hitting the fucking ball. That's
I
kind
mean,
of
hey,
risky.
17 outs though.
That's a risky chance.
It's 17 outs.
Motherfucker better catch the hell out
Like
of
you
that
have
ball.
you have ground ball specialists, but that's the thing. I've seen pitchers who like a ground ball specialist.
Mm-hmm.
He makes the guys hit it on the ball on the ground,
Really?
and these dudes just lay it like a third grader.
Really?
Oh yeah, so it's not always the
ground
pitcher's
ball
fault.
specialist?
The pitcher gets the heat.
Okay.
He gets no credit usually, but he gets all the blame.
So the goalie gets the credit, but the other guy should have got the heat. So when the goalie blocked
Yeah.
17 shots, he got all the credit,
He gets the credit, yeah.
but they didn't put no heat on the rest of the
Yeah.
rest of the team that let these guys get
Yeah.
through the defense to be within striking range.
I mean, and in soccer, sometimes you could get a shot off even with the good defense.
You can, not 17.
Not 17. No, that's what I mean.
That's
not
what I'm
17.
saying. Yeah.
So like
If-
not all
if this- if
17
it
of
was
those were like shots.
If it was
you know
like,
what I mean? Like,
if it was like 4, 5, then okay. But
Yeah.
17,
yeah, 17 is crazy.
yeah.
But even of that 17, like maybe half of those were the defense's fault. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah. I would
some of
almost-
them may have just.
may just got
You know
in
what I mean?
range. I would say most. I
mean, 'cause if
would say
if
at
you
least-
got.
I would say at least 10 of them were.
Oh yeah, I mean,
defense's
it
fault.
could have been. Yeah.
But he got all the credit in the world. They
Yeah.
weren't saying anything about the women's team. I wish the WNBA would take off more. I know a lot of women that play basketball, and I wish there was a place for them.
Brent said
to play.
people like to see dunking.
Oh, is that why it doesn't take off? There's like what 2 women that can dunk in the or there were. I know there was. I don't know if
Yeah.
there still is.
I mean, it's a dunk.
You know what? Here's the thing. If that's what it takes to get the ratings, I give it another 2 years, and women are going to be throwing the ball like through. They're going to.
I mean, I will say this, like-
dunking like crazy.
I have no problem with women's basketball,
None. I have none.
but it is kind of a letdown. Like when you got a fast break,
And there's no. It's a
and
layup.
then it's just like a layup, and it's like, oh.
You think they should lower the goal a little bit?
I mean, I would.
I mean,
Why not?
the ball is smaller, right?
The ball's smaller already. The lines are shorter. Like the 3-point range is all shorter and everything.
You know what? Listen, this may be
Drop that
this,
thing down to 9 feet and
Yeah.
let those girls yam it.
This
Like,
may
just-
and you know what? It's possible that might be a bit of a sexist thought.
I didn't mean it for it to be.
No, but if you want ratings,
Yeah.
if you're strictly concerned about
ratings, then you do.
lower that goal a foot,
Yeah.
or lower it to the point that whoever is the highest jumper can dunk it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we don't want everybody in there dunking.
No, yeah, because in the NBA, not everybody dunks.
Yeah, exactly. So lower it to the point that whoever is the the most like vertically gifted can dunk it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a whole different ball game at that point. Once you add dunks into it,
right?
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I wish there was a women's dunk competition. I'd watch that 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I can't do it. I can't do. I can dunk. It's not exciting.
Yeah.
Because I can't play basketball. I can play. I can't dribble or shoot. I can pass my ass off, but I can't dribble or shoot.
But you got to dribble to get in position to pass.
Listen, sir.
Okay.
Listen, listen.
Hey.
No, I don't actually, because if I get the ball, just be where I need you to be, and I'm going to throw it right to you.
My feet aren't moving if I have the ball.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't
Just
doing
so
nothing.
you guys know, my feet are planted if I have the ball.
Yeah.
So you have to come to me.
Yeah. We ain't traveling. We ain't traveling around these parts. Brent said a girl who was on his middle school team who can almost dunk, and she's a sophomore in high school right now.
I mean, hey,
So, hey,
let her dunk it.
Lower
that a
the
little
goal
bit,
to the point that she can dunk.
And you know what? Here's the funny thing. You won't even have to tell people you lowered it.
No.
And
No,
you might
do
just
it.
get the perspective
Yeah.
that it's, oh shit, these girls are dunking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So you ain't even gotta tell nobody you lowered it.
Don't even tell nobody.
Right?
Just, lower it.
I mean, you'll have people who will probably like, hey, did they lower it?
Listen, do
But-
like a couple of inches every game.
Right?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Do like 3 inches one game, and then
Right?
next game another couple.
Yeah,
and then
I mean, I'm not talking go from 10 to 7.
Yeah, and start telling the girls, hey,
Yeah.
try to dunk when you're down
Yeah,
there.
right?
See
Yeah,
if you
what
can have the
happens.
rim. See what happens. And then eventually one of them's going to dunk, and they're going to be like, oh. It'd be
shit.
like the end of White Man Can't Jump when he dunked it. It was like, oh.
And yes, my dad is right. American soccer does kind of suck. European and Hispanic is kind of
Yeah.
like that's yeah. You're correct. You're right, Dad. But that's I mean everybody knows
Italian football is way better. Freaking
German.
Jesus,
those
just
dudes.
America. The thing of it is that so
this is my thing on it. So like everybody comes to America to play football, like not soccer. Like they, if you play in other countries, like you want to get to the NFL.
Yeah.
So, and like, obviously right now, like you want to get to the NBA. You want to get to the MLB.
Right.
You want to get to the NHL. Like there's other professional leagues, but those are the ones you want to get to if you truly want to make money or just, in soccer, the best soccer league is not the MLS.
No, not at all. Not even close.
So, but that's my thing. So like our players for a while up until I want to say maybe 10 years ago, they were highly, not like not allowed, but they were highly recommended not to go over to the better leagues overseas to play soccer.
Okay.
So the American or whatever it's called, United States Soccer Federation, whatever it is, they wanted to keep their players domestic.
Gotcha.
Well, okay. Well, so like Italy, for example, when they're not playing for their country, they're playing either in Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, the Premier League.
Yeah.
So it's like you're playing the top.
You're constantly playing top competition.
Top competition. Yeah. And then you come here, and it's like we're just playing high school teams.
Yeah, you just run rampant.
And then you wonder why we get smoked in the World Cup.
Yeah, plus everywhere else, it's a way of life.
Because for sure. And
like in Brazil, everyone plays. In Italy, everyone can play.
Yeah.
Even Japan,
right?
everybody
plays soccer.
Everybody can at least juggle the ball. You can at least you at least have a working knowledge of the game. Here it's a little bit different.
We still got a long way to go, obviously.
Yeah.
But we have gotten more competitive because in the last 10 or so years, 10, 15 years, once it changed, like the leadership changed, our guys do go over.
Yeah.
Like they're actually.
I mean, there was a time where America wasn't even making it into the World Cup.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
So like in the past what, like 2 or 3 World Cups, the men's at least have gotten in. The women's I think the women have
they've always
gotten
been in it.
Yeah,
I mean, we were in it. The men's were in it in '92.
Yeah,
but I mean,
for a hot second.
We had a good team in '92.
Is that when it was in the United States?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so you were automatically there.
Yeah,
so
like at that point, it's like, you know what? Go ahead and.
Wait, was it here in '92? I know they had qualifiers here.
Because I remember a few of the games were in DC, I think.
Okay.
I think isn't that when the finals were Italy and Brazil?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But like now, I mean, hell,
Brazil won that one, by the way.
They did. Hey, I give credit.
The only time me and Pun are separable is during World Cup. And even then, remember when we were in Florida for World Cup and you were wearing the Italy jersey, I was wearing the Brazil jersey, and the Brazilians came up and was like, why are you hanging out with him? I was like, this is my brother.
Right?
They're like, okay.
Yeah, and we're not even playing each other right now. Like, we won that year.
Yeah, y'all did. Y'all did.
We beat France.
Didn't I buy you a jersey that year?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I thought I remember. Yeah. Was it the one with the map on it?
It was the T-shirt jersey. So like it looked like a jersey, but it was a T-shirt.
Yeah. I thought I tried to get you the one that had the map, but they didn't have your size. Yeah. It fits you now.
Yeah.
Oh,
it would fit me now,
Mr. Slim Pun. Pun is a slim panda. Well, gentlemen,
is that time?
I think it might be that time. It's 8:01.
Oh wow.
I think we went a little bit late. I saw Cam was looking at the clock, man. He's that's a family man. He's got responsibilities. Cam can't be out here tooling around with us.
Last call, bro.
Yeah, man.
Last call.
Yeah, man.
Last call.
2 hours. 2 hours till last call.
Well, for Cam, it's
last
call.
Yeah, it's last call right now.
Get home before she locks the door, and I'm sleeping out in the backyard.
Oof, that is not good. That is not good at all. So
you got that big ass deck.
She won't sleep. She won't lock me.
Got the swing set back there with the castle, bro.
Yeah,
Come on,
the dog was sleeping out there last night.
Yeah,
that dog will sleep anyway.
I swear I haven't seen that dog in like 2 weeks, and the thing is huge right now. I'm like, what the hell? What are y'all feeding this thing?
It's the beast from Sandlot.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. I think it's going to chew through the fence next. Gentlemen. Oh. I would like to thank everyone for joining us today for the TEM Sports show, a working title.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, if they would like to get in touch with y'all, how would they do that, Mr. Pun Fu?
On Instagram at Pun Fu Panda and on Facebook, Pun Capasso.
And Mr. Cameroni DePrinzio.
Instagram, Cam61916. Shortened it down for you guys.
I know.
Twitter, BucksGuy14.
Thank you for shortening it.
I do what I can.
Thank you so much for making that shorter. And if you want to reach me, you can reach me at Tiger39.
There we go.
THAIGER 39. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. SoundCloud. Oh yeah, SoundCloud. I should probably put that on there too.
Pornhub.
MySpace.
AIM.
X-Hamster.
AIM.
AIM. You can find me on IRC.
What was that puff thing you did for Edgewater?
You can find me on GoPuff. On Uber
is.
Eats. You can follow me on Apple Music if you want to look at my playlist.
Okay.
Soon to be, you will be able to find us in iTunes. I'm working on that. I actually have it in the works right now.
Oh, cool.
Quick update for everybody. Now that we have the set kind of built out, we will be doing the pre-recorded interviews probably starting either this week or the next week. I got the scheduling getting done. I did have somebody that reached out to me that wanted to take care of the scheduling for me, so that was very nice of them. Cam suggested that we get a secretary in here who's willing to work for free.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
Just to keep things,
My makeup lady.
Yeah, we have a makeup lady, so we're getting there. So,
I honestly just like saying makeup lady, but if I have one, that'd be great.
Well, on that note, thank you everyone for joining us. And these are the Two Endangered Mammals signing out.
Peace.